all I know. Hope is trapped and lost, walking a tightrope bound to slam. Sound is a twisted lullaby, touch is the slice before the blood. Soon something's got to give in. Can lose control. Remember to focus, so I can find my way out. Can't breathe till the street, long way down, suffocating endless dream. Long way down, long way down, long way down. Don't give up the light, using every last breath, escaping the long way down.
Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Forever Dead podcast with me, your host, Nightcrawler. How is everyone doing here today? I hope you're doing good, man. I hope you're doing good, brothers. Alright? If not, then we're gonna have... bloody hell. Wait a minute. I see an issue here. Sorry about this. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Alright, sorry about that. Just a little bit of a issue there with the donation thing. But yeah, I hope you're doing well today, gentlemen. It's really good to see you all today, okay? We got a good one lined up for you today, alright? So, it's been a while since we've done a podcast episode, but we're here today with something a little bit different, okay? So, as the title says, we're going to be doing a bit of a trophy showcase, right? Which, you know, some people may relate to this topic right here. This isn't just me, like, talking about it. You know, you guys can also participate in your own experiences with trophy hunting, right? Achievement hunting, whatever you want to call it, right? Whatever platform you're on, whether it be PSN, Xbox, Steam, Nintendo, whatever, okay? Basically, this stream is just going to be me talking about my experiences with trophy hunting, which I have been doing for a while. At this point, you know, I've got like 100 and something platinums. This is in no way like, you know, a flex or anything. You know, I know I say that as a joke, but you know, this isn't me like trying to, you know, show off what an amazing gamer I am. Oh my god, Nightcrawler. He's just such a pro at the video games. So good. You know, just a true pro, man. No one can even compete with the level of mastery of the video games, like Nightcrawler, you know? It's nothing like that. This is just for fun, alright? It's just for fun. So today I'll just be doing a bit of a showcase right here where we'll go through every single game on my library, right? My PSN library. We'll talk about all of the platinums that I've earned, as well as games that maybe I wanted to platinum, but for one reason or another, I didn't. Okay. Not every single platinum is interesting. Some are just like really basic, so I'll end up skipping over those. But there's plenty of platinums on here that had some interesting trophies that made the experience of getting them, definitely interesting. Okay, there's some painful ones on here, right? And anybody that does trophy hunting will know just the struggles that comes with it, right? There's all types of reasons, there's different types of trophies that are widely considered just, a pain in the arse to get, that no one wants to, bother with, alright? So, I'm gonna go through all of those fucking platinums right there, talk about my experiences of getting them, the highs, the lows, as well as talking about some other games that maybe I wanted to platinum but just didn't, okay? So as we go along here, you can feel free to join in on the conversation, alright? You can tell me about your own experiences, if you want to, at least, if you want to. I'm not really sure if people are too involved with that type of shit. I've talked about it here and there, right? I do it, But, yeah, this is something that I've been wanting to do for quite a while, actually. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Ever since I reached 100, actually. I always wanted to do some sort of showcase video, just talking about my experiences with earning them, right? And we're finally gonna do that here today, okay? Just randomly for, you know what, I'm gonna do this shit, alright? So that's what we're gonna do. Oh, man. Right. So, I'm just gonna start right here, because there is quite a lot. So I've got my, trophy list, pulled up right here. So as you can see, I got 118 platinums, Not bad, right? Not bad, dude. Not bad. Nightcrawler, man. Wow. Hats off to you, dude. But yeah, I've been doing this shit for like 10 years. This is not impressive, Obviously, like, the thing with the trophy hunting community, right, is that it has such a bad reputation of just these questionable participants, right? Like, the way I see it is that most trophy hunters don't even fucking enjoy trophy hunting, and they hate it, okay? They spend so much time, like, going for these platinums or whatever, and the majority of the time, they're not even having fun doing it. There's fucking addicts amongst the trophy hunting community, right? I've given my 2 cents of what I think about the trophy hunting community. I think that it's filled with addicts, right? Like people that be, playing all the different regional versions of games and shovelware games, right? And just games that are just flat out terrible because they want to stack up on those platinums, right? They want to raise that number. But for me personally, I just do this for a hobby, right? In no way do I have some sort of motive of, trying to, preach superiority over anyone, right? I don't do this for anyone else other than myself, I enjoy trophy hunting. It's for my own personal satisfaction. And it's just a way of getting more out of your games, right? It gives you a reason to replay games, to go back to them, to do stuff that you wouldn't think to do, play a harder difficulty, do that side game mode that you never thought to do, right? I think that trophy hunting is a great thing, but it's I think it's definitely controversial, and it's a mixed bag because there's just types of people that give it a bad reputation, like I said, whether it be the fucking addicts or people that just want to show off, right? There are people like that. There are people that, like, non-ironically, brag about their trophies, whatever, which is fucking pathetic, dude. Nobody cares, all right? Nobody cares how many fucking platinums you have, right? Hello there, Warhit and Retro. Good to see you there, brothers. Bro, just flexing now. Of course, dude. You gotta get the good old flex on. Afternoon, people. 118. My God, that's a lot. I mean, it's a decent amount, right? But compared to the hardcore trophy hunters, this is nothing, right? Like the high numbers is like 10,000, but you know. I mean, I honestly, I could do a podcast episode in itself talking about the absolute mess of the community, but we're not here to talk about that, okay? We're just going to sit here, go through all of these games right here, talk about my experiences. You guys can also participate. I don't know if you guys are trophy hunter at all, but feel free to, participate in the conversation. If not, you can just sit back and enjoy me ranting and raving about the struggles of earning some of these platinums right here. I only got like 4: Dying Light, Dead Space, Ori 2 Remake, and Batman. Yeah, which Batman? There's, you gotta be a bit more specific. There's lots of Batman games. I'm guessing maybe one of the Arkham games. Since I started playing games in 2023, I guess that makes sense. Oh, I see. Wait, you didn't start playing games until 2023? Really? Okay. You're a newbie then, I guess. So yeah, I've got my list pulled up right here. Let's go all the way down to the bottom. You can see just how many fucking games I have. I've got hundreds of games on here. Yep. Come on. Come on now. So let's go all the way down to the bottom. Can you believe it? The very first game I played on PS4 was Fallout 4, and you can see I have 2%. So yeah, didn't get very far into that game, did I? So yeah, I'm not going to talk about every single game, don't worry, because that would take like a fucking eternity. I'm only going to be talking about the trophy-related ones, all right? So the platinums and games that I wanted to platinum, but didn't because of whatever reason I may give, alright? So, yeah. What is the first game? What is the first platinum that I actually got? So the first platinum I got was actually a terrible one. Look at this. The Walking Dead: A New Frontier. So, platinums like this, I'm not even going to talk about. At least not very much, okay? You basically get a platinum for this game just for beating it, right? It's a movie game, right? It's an interactive movie game, so if I skip over a platinum, then it was either just like mind-numbingly easy or just not worth talking about, right? But let's get on, I guess, to the first actual trophy. So Metro Last Light Redux right here. So Metro is a game that I actually I played all of these games besides the new one, right? They came out on the 360. They were based on the book series, right? And they came out with a remaster on PS4, and it was it had a pretty simple trophy list from memory. All it was really was do you know what? I think the main trophy for this game was the choices you had to make, right? So you had collectibles, you had you had to beat it on the hardest difficulty or whatever, but the standout trophy for this game was getting the good ending, right? And the way that you do that, if anyone's familiar with Metro, is you have to do these weird little things throughout the game, right? Like some of them are so fucking stupid, You basically need to get like morality, right? So you can't kill anyone right? You need to knock them out, so don't kill anyone, only knock them out, right? You need to have good morale, and there's all types of weird things that you need to do to, you know, get those morale points, like playing guitars around the map and interacting with things and listening to conversations and that. It's really weird, right? Like, good luck trying to get that ending without a guide. Some of them are so cryptic, right? Like, for example, you'll be sneaking, like, you'll be in any enemy territory, right, in stealth mode, and you'll be crawling through a tunnel, and you'll hear like a couple of enemies talking to each other. Usually you would just advance, right, but you need to like stop and listen to the conversation, and that'll give you like a moral point, right? It's really fucking weird. Really weird right there, but you know, it's a great game. It's a great game right there. So you'll see at the beginning here, I didn't really do that much trophy hunting, right? This is fucking years ago right here. Metro is W, yeah, have you played it? Batman Arkham Asylum, no one wants to do the Riddler in Arkham Knight, brother. Oh yeah? Well, I guess we'll you know, see about that. Shadow of the Tomb Raider was one of the most fun platinums I've ever done. Oh yeah, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, yeah? I'm actually surprised you played that game. Metro Exodus is like, oh man, I'm not interested in that game, dude. I've heard the horror stories about how slow it is. I'm not interested in that game, dude. Artyom in a nutshell. Yeah, they're breathing. Oh god. Okay, so Far Cry Primal. This is pretty basic, really. It's an open world Ubisoft game. It's basically just doing the 100%, right? So you do the story, you do all the side content, you do all the, you know, all the collectibles or whatever. It's pretty much just your kind of open world, complete everything in the game. There wasn't anything stand out from memory. It was basically just complete everything, right? Complete all the main missions, complete all the optional missions, you know, get all the upgrades, so nothing particularly interesting there. Oh, here's a pretty interesting one though. The Last of Us Remastered. This was, I'd say this was one of the first struggles that I encountered with trophy hunting, and that's because of the multiplayer. The single player stuff was pretty straightforward, you know, get all the collectibles. There was a lot of collectibles, you know, whenever there's collectibles, all you do is you look up on YouTube, you know, type in, you know, pull up a collectible guide, right, follow a video, and you can get every collectible, no problem. You know, internet is a great thing, okay? Nobody wants to do collectibles, right? Like, you know, collectibles are sort of frowned upon in the trophy hunting community, and there's not many people that enjoy doing collectibles, you know? Because all you do is just pull up a YouTube video and then just follow it and, you know, make sure that you don't miss any, right? It's pretty boring. You had to do the hardest difficulty as well, the survivor mode. I believe you had to do some new game. I believe you had to do new game plus as well on survivor mode. You know, get all the upgrades, pretty straightforward stuff, but where this platinum was a fucking pain in the arse was the multiplayer. So you had to actually do the factions mode in this game, right? And anybody that trophy hunts will know just how cancerous multiplayer trophies can be. No one likes doing multiplayer trophies, right? No one. It's one of the worst types of trophies there is. I think I can safely bet that the majority of trophy hunters would rather multiplayer trophies not exist, okay? Just make them like an optional thing. But the factions mode was, you basically needed to like reach like a certain level of something. Like, it was kind of weird because you had like well, there was two factions. You had the Fireflies and you had the Hunters. You had to level up each faction, right, to a certain level or whatever. I believe if you lost a certain amount of games, then your survivors would like die of hunger, and then you could end up fucking it up, right? So it wasn't just like, okay, grind it until you level up. You need to make sure that you didn't, like, lose too many games or something, because otherwise your faction would end up, like, dying out, and you'd have to start from the beginning, right? For me, though, I got lucky, and I didn't end up getting reset. I managed to actually get both trophies, right? I managed to level up both factions, and I didn't have too big of an issue. The main issue I had was that I don't like playing multiplayer, okay? I hate playing multiplayer, right? I am a single player guy. I don't like multiplayer, right? It was a fucking, it wasn't very fun to play. You had people using these pay-to-win weapons, right? There is actual pay-to-win weapons in The Last of Us. Like automatic rifles and stuff. It was fucking horrendous, dude. You had like this overpowered combat shotgun and that. So, yeah. The single player stuff was fine, but the multiplayer shit was fucking annoying. Hello there, King of Hong. Good to see you there, dude. We are looking into the lore indeed. We're looking into some Nightcrawler, platinum lore. Multiplayer trophies put platinums to a halt and could affect the platinum journey. Hate that, yeah. It can really spoil it, for sure. It can really, really spoil it. How you doing there, professional agent? Good to see you there, dude. Should be single-player only trophies, in my opinion. I agree. The way I see it is that you don't need to get rid of multiplayer trophies, but make them a side thing. You know, like how on Xbox, you have DLC trophies, and it's not a part of the main 1000? And same with PlayStation, right? The DLC trophies are not a part of the platinum. They're like a separate thing. Do that. That's what they should do for multiplayer trophies. I did God of War Trilogy, and I'm doing Chains of Olympus and Ghosts of Sparta. Yeah? Nice, dude. Nice, brother. Hope you enjoy that, man. Oh, okay. This one. This is a, this is a bad one right here. This is a bad one. GTA 5. Not many people have this trophy. If you look at the percent... Actually, let's just look at the percentage, dude. Let's look at the percentage. 0.1%. 0.1% of people have the GTA 5 Platinum. And, we all know how popular GTA 5 is. This game has millions of players, right? And only 0.1% of those players have this platinum. Yeah, this is a pretty notorious platinum right here. There are not many people that have this at all. This is quite a struggle. It's not the worst platinum ever, but it definitely takes a long time. I'm talking like 200 hours to get this platinum. So, yeah, the single player stuff is pretty basic. You need to do all the main missions, all of the side content. You need to 100% it, right? You need to do like all the stunt jumps and all the Strangers and Freaks missions and get all the collectibles, and it's quite time consuming, right? It's an open world game. There's like 200 collectibles to get some of these weird packages, right? These like spaceship parts. It's, that alone is pretty time consuming. But once again, the worst thing about this platinum is the online. So, once you've got the 100%, right, you need to dive into the multiplayer, because you need to actually reach rank 120, right? Which, that takes a long time, okay? You can't just get that in a week. That takes like a pretty damn long time to get, right? So not only do you need to get the 100%, which takes probably like fucking 70 hours or something, but then you gotta fucking go play the online, reach rank 120, and honestly, that wasn't the worst thing about it, because back then I used to play GTA Online. The most annoying trophy in this platinum was one of the sort of miscellaneous multiplayer trophies, where basically you needed to do like these activities like the tennis, the golf, and something else, right? You need to like win a game in each of those, but basically nobody played them, right? Nobody played these game modes. It's just like an example of a dead player base. That is something else. That is a real pain in the arse when you're trophy hunting, right? It's one of the reasons why people hate multiplayer trophies, and it's because of an inactive player base. And it's not that GTA Online is dead online, it's that nobody's playing fucking golf, right? Nobody's playing tennis. So it was just that was really fucking annoying. I hate having to rely on other people to get trophies. It's just such a pain, dude. Alright, so Oddworld New and Tasty. This is a pretty fun right here, you know. This is a remake of Oddworld's Abe's Odyssey. It's actually a really good remake right here. All you had to do for this one really was just get all the Mudokons, right? That was sort of the standout trophy in this one. You need to get all of the secrets and rescue all of the Mudokons, which can be easily done with a walkthrough, you know. Look up a YouTube video. But, you know, fun platinum right there. No fucking annoyances with that one. Technically, this one doesn't have a platinum trophy, but Resident Evil 4, the original Resident Evil 4, yeah, this one, I think the hardest trophy for this one was getting all of the ball caps, right? It was actually a really lame platinum, this. You know, you didn't have to play it on the hardest difficulty, right? All you had to do was, like just play it. Like, I think you had to do New Game Plus, maybe. But, I think the standout ones for this one were getting all of the ball caps and doing the Mercenaries mode and unlocking the hand cannon. Because to unlock the hand cannon, you need to get 5 stars on all of the mercenary levels with every single character. So I guess that was the hardest trophy, as well as getting all the ball caps, which is a little tricky, you know, because you got to do the shooting range, right? All right, Uncharted 1. This is a pretty tough actually, because you need to play this on brutal mode, and it's quite a hard difficulty, actually. Like, you die really quickly. But there's actually a trick that you can utilize in this game where you can sort of peek around cover, right? And if you utilize that trick right there, then it makes it a lot easier. But yeah, it's pretty standard. It's just getting all the collectibles, all the treasures, right? And playing it on brutal mode. You know, there's no bullshit multiplayer trophies. I think Uncharted might have had a multiplayer, or maybe they introduced that in Uncharted 2. There is a trophy where you have to beat the pro mode, I think. Nah, there isn't, dude. I don't think there is. I'm pretty sure there isn't. Oh wait, I guess there is. Clear the game on its highest difficulty. Oh well, I guess I was wrong. It's not hard though. Professional mode is insanely easy. Alright, Evil Within 2. This is a pretty interesting one right here. So, the standard trophy for this one is be in classic mode, and what that is it's basically like a hardcore difficulty from Dead Space 2, right? You get limited saves. The difficulty is set to, like, the hardest difficulty. I think it was called Nightmare, right? So obviously, you take a lot of damage or whatever, you could die pretty easily, and you have limited saves, that's always really intimidating, right? Is having limited saves. But, you know, really fun platinum, you know, all around. You just had to, I believe, to do all the optional quests, get all the optional upgrades, you know, max out your character out with the green gel and stuff, and then get that classic difficulty trophy, which I did on. I don't know if I ever died on it. I'm not sure actually. I think I might have actually done alright on that, dude. Crash Bandicoot. This is a pretty tough one right here, because you need to get not only the 100%, which is quite tough, right? You'll get all of the gems, do all the boxes and stuff, but the hardest trophy by far in this is getting all of the time relics, right? But luckily, you don't need to get the platinum time relics. Okay, you just need to get the gold ones, which are still hard, right? Because you don't get checkpoints, and you need to go incredibly quickly and basically play it perfectly, right? Really tough to get the time relics on Crash Bandicoot. I've still not done the other ones. I'm kind of afraid, honestly. But yeah, that was tough right there, man. Tough platinum right there because of that because of that trophy right there. Bro, don't you think that OG RE4 is easy nowadays? Because back in the day, I used to die a lot, and it is very easy, but that's because I've played it a lot. That's the only reason, really. Bloodborne. So this was is this my first platinum of a Souls game? I think it might have been, yeah. Alright, so Bloodborne. Pretty tough platinum right here. You need to you need to do a lot of sort of quests and stuff, right? Get like optional endings and that. You need to beat every boss. I think you need to collect every armor set, every weapon, do all the quest lines, which, as you guys will know if you've played a Souls game, are very cryptic, right? So yeah, you have to do all that shit. You have to get like the secret optional boss, but the most annoying thing by far about the Bloodborne Platinum was doing the Chalice dungeons, right? The Chalice dungeons are fucking AIDS. They are not fun. They are very, very repetitive, right? And basically you had to grind Chalice dungeons. I can't remember exactly why. I think it might have been for like a certain item or something. But yeah, you had to do the Chalice dungeons, right? And they are just ass, especially the later ones, because the bosses do insane damage, right? You'll die in like one hit, right? So yeah, the Chalice dungeons were a pain in fucking dick, dude. Ew, I see Alien Isolation in the list. Disgusting game, yeah. And alright, let's just pretend that's not there, okay? Let's just not pretend that's fucking there. That appalling game, dude. I mean the early days. Well, yeah, I guess so, you know. I guess so. I was pretty young when I played it. I'll be gone now for vacation. Do you miss me already? Yeah. Your presence will be very missed, okay? Your talks about food, bro. I did God of War 2018 Platinum, by the way, yeah. That is quite unacceptable, alright? Just playing that game, just talking about that game in my chat is unacceptable, alright? But, you know, good for you, okay? Was it hard? Was there any standout trophies? Alright, so God of War 3 Remastered. Pretty easy platinum here. I believe all you need to do, really, was just beat it on the hardest difficulty, right? What the hell is it called? Chaos? Yeah, Chaos. Yeah, I believe all you need to do really was just just beat it on Chaos. You had to do the challenges as well, but it's a pretty basic game, you know. It's very linear. There's not really much to it. Yeah, I believe it was just the Chaos mode. Pretty sure there's not anything else on here, really. Beat the labyrinth without dying or failing. Collect all of the beat Titan mode. Yeah, so beat the challenges, upgrade all the weapons and stuff. It's a pretty simple platinum. The chaos difficulty is really easy compared to other God of Wars, right? Really easy. Latalaros is not flexing here though. I wonder why. Yeah, I know, right? He only has like 2 platinums, dude. He sucks. He fucking sucks, dude. Ah, man. Alright, so God of War 2. This is not really anything to write home about. This was a really easy platinum. You didn't even need to play it on the hardest difficulty. I believe all you had to do was just like upgrade, like get all the upgrades. Didn't have to do the hardest difficulty. Pretty boring platinum right there. Dark Souls Remastered. So I think the hardest part about this one was I believe you had to collect every single weapon, and that was a bit of a struggle because to get certain weapons, you had to do like certain quest lines, right? So you basically had to do everything the game had to offer. I think you had to get like all the rings, all the armor sets, all the weapons, and you had to do like New Game Plus and stuff. Because like some of the weapons were like tied to quest lines and that. So yeah, that was kind of annoying. I guess you had to follow a lot of guides and that. Dark Souls 3. This is one of the most painful platinums I've ever gotten right here. Not only is it quite a tough platinum because you need to, you know, do all of the content right, you need to get all the rings, and you need to do, you know, beat all the bosses. You even need to play up to New Game Plus 3, I think, because one of the like there's New Game Plus rings, right? And I think there was like a New Game Plus 2 ring. So you had to play it multiple times to get all the rings. You had to beat every single boss, you know. But the worst thing by far is the infamous Covenant trophies, right? They are horrible. They are fucking horrible because you need to collect a certain amount of Covenant items and give them to the Covenants, right? And I believe there was like 2 or 3 Covenants that were absolutely horrible because it basically involved a shitload of farming, right? I'm talking resting at a bonfire, killing an enemy, resting at a bonfire, killing an enemy, resting at a bonfire, over and over again for hours, right? I'm not talking like an hour or 2, I'm talking hours. I'm talking like 10 to 20 hours of farming the same enemies over and over again. It was horrible. The drop rates were so fucking low. Like, I'm talking like 0.3% or something. It was fucking horrendous, man. Even if you use the fucking discovery rings or whatever, it was still insanely fucking low, right? So I had to sit there for hours farming the same fucking enemies. I remember there was one in the dungeon where you had to farm these skeletons, and I can't remember the other ones, but yeah. Basically, a shitload of farming, which is never fun. Nobody likes farming. That is easily one of the worst types of trophies you can do, right? It's AIDS. You know, the best thing to do is just to like pull up a second monitor, right? Watch some, listen to some music, right? Because if you just sit there without something to, you know, fill that numbness, then you're gonna go fucking insane. Seriously, I hate farming. Multiplayer trophies, farming, easily some of the worst fucking trophies out there, dude. Challenges in God of War 1 and 2 make you want to pull your hair out. Yeah, some of them are quite tough. Some of them are quite tough for sure, especially in the old ones. Alright, so Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. You know, pretty tough platinum here because obviously it's just a tough game, but you know, you need to fucking you basically need to do everything, right? Do all the quest lines. I can't. There's gonna be certain things that I don't remember about these platinums, but you know, basically, you just need to do everything, right? Do all the quest lines, get like, you know, certain items or whatever. Beat all the bosses. You might have had to do like New Game Plus as well, I believe. Also, there was farming involved with this as well. You had to like farm for the gold to upgrade your character or something, so there was quite a bit of farming as well. Nowhere near as bad as Dark Souls 3 though. The Mummy Demastered. This is a underrated Metroidvania right here. This was pretty much with like any Metroidvania, it's basically just 100% it, right? If you 100% the game, then you'll get the platinum usually, right? You know, get all the upgrades, do all the quests or whatever. Oh, Hidden Dragon Legends. So I've talked about this game before. This was quite annoying because you had to play it on the hard mode, which I think you had to do like New Game Plus hard mode or something, right? But yeah, you know, you have to get all the upgrades and do the hard mode and stuff, and I think the most annoying thing about this fucking trophy was, this platinum, was that there was this certain trophy where I had to do this certain thing, and it kept on fucking crashing, dude. Yeah. I should actually click on them to refresh my memory. So yeah, you gotta get all the collectibles. Achieve a 400 hit combo. Oh man. Cleared every level in the game, cleared the game on hard. Yeah, but I think from memory, one of the trophies I was trying to get was really annoying because the game kept on crashing. Our Butcher. So this is a pretty hard platinum actually, just because of one trophy. Do you know what though? Actually, I remember now. There was actually, you need to get all the collectibles in this game, and I remember there was this one collectible that was insanely annoying to get. Right? It was so fucking annoying. I fucking vaguely remember it, but there was a really annoying collectible to get in this game. But the main thing is you have to play this game on Impossible, and this is a hard game, okay? This is a very hard game, especially certain levels, right? You die insanely quick. Or Killing Floor 2, yeah. So this is a multiplayer game right here. What the hell did you have to actually do in this fucking game? I think this was just mainly just like farming for levels, right? Yeah. Win a match on Hell on Earth, you know, it was only one match. Win 25 survival player matches. I think the most annoying trophy though was I believe you had to reach level 25 with like all, or maybe not all classes actually. I guess it's this one here, Mr. Perky 25. Reach level 25 on any perk, which just requires a lot of grinding to get levels. Yeah. Oh, this is an annoying one right here. I fucking talked about this though. Zombie Army Trilogy. The worst thing about this fucking this trophy was doing the online again, dude. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, look at this. You see, complete any campaign chapter in 4-player co-op at any difficulty level. But basically, just the struggles of playing online, okay? I mean, when did I get this? 2020, right? So, pretty much, right? I need to get online trophies in a fucking dead game, right? And that's always a fucking pain, so... It's like I fucking mentioned that one time, right? But you need to rely on other people to join the game and to hold their own and not to leave, right? And yeah, when it's when it's an old game and the player base is dead, then it's quite a fucking pain, dude. Absolutely, man. Oh, Slaying Back from Hell. This is a pretty tough platinum here because you need to beat the game without dying a single time. It has a permadeath trophy, right? There's also trophies for beating every single boss without taking damage, which was especially tough on certain bosses, but yeah, the main trophy for this was definitely the permadeath trophy. There, look, see? Defeat the game without losing a single life. And that's definitely annoying because this game is filled with insta-kill traps, right? So one fucking mistake and you get killed by a trap, then you have to restart the game, right? So luckily, you know, I played carefully. I'd played the game multiple times, so I knew where all the traps were, but definitely intense for sure, man. Oh, Evil Within. So, this is seen as, like, one of the hardest platinums ever, which, personally, I don't agree with, you know? Like, people are, like, so intimidated by the Akumu mode, which, I mean, people give this game, like, a 9 out of 10 difficulty. This game didn't deserve a 9 out of 10 difficulty, okay? It deserves, like, a 7 tops. But yeah, it's a really fun platinum, you know? Really fun platinum. You gotta do. You gotta get all the. You gotta unlock all the special weapons, get all the collectibles, beat it on the hardest difficulty, unlock all the lockers, upgrade all the weapons, upgrade, get all the upgrades and that. And also the speedrun trophies, which, speedrun trophies can be quite fun, man. You say, finish the game with a clear time of under 5 hours, so finish the game without upgrading any skills, finish Akumo. So this is a good fucking platinum right here. Like, it can be quite hard to find, like, a game with a good fucking trophy list, but I think this one's good, man. It doesn't feel too easy, but it doesn't feel too hard. It's got some challenge shit in there, some speedrunning and shit. Speedrunning or, like, getting ranked type things are always fun to work towards in horror games. And speaking of horror games, Resident Evil, this was a pretty pretty time-consuming one actually, because you had to replay this game a lot, right? Not only did you have to play it on the hard difficulty, but you had to play it. You had to beat it with both characters. You had to beat it on real survival mode. You had to beat it on invisible enemy mode. Obtain. Oh no, that's just optional. But yeah, basically you had to replay the game a lot, right? You had to do the different game modes and play the different difficulties and play with the different characters. You had to unlock the infinite rocket launcher, which meant beating the game in under like 2 hours or something. So you had to do a lot of playthroughs in this game, right? It was definitely a little bit tedious, just because of the amount of playthroughs you had to do. Resident Evil 0 was this didn't require as many playthroughs, this one, but you had to play it on hard. You had to finish the game without combining herbs, so you had some challenge type shit. Finish the game without saving, right? Finish the game without using a first aid spray. So yeah, you got a hard mode, you got some challenge type shit. I always like challenges, like if they're good at least, because some of them are just fucking retarded, but I think Platinum should always have stuff like this, like beat the game without saving or whatever. It's the game should have actual difficult trophies, something interesting, not so fucking boring. Collect all the collectibles, beat it on the hardest difficulty, add some interesting challenges or whatever. You also had to beat the you had to do the bloody the bonus mode as well. What the hell was it called? Like Leech Hunter or something? I think it was called Leech Hunter, right? Yeah, look at that, Leech Hunter. So finish Leech Hunter with a rank A. So that was annoying, right? Oh, Resident Evil Code Veronica. So look at that. I'm on a Resident Evil Platinum binge right here. So this was a pretty fun platinum right here, mainly because not really the battle game. There was two standout trophies for this one. You had to get an A ranking on all of the battle game. On the battle game with all the characters, you see A rank with Claire, Chris, alternate Claire. So yeah, you had to get all of the A ranks on battle game, which was a fucking pain in the arse. I'm not a big fan of battle game. And then you had to get the linear launcher. Oh wait, no, that's from battle game. Okay, so yeah, you had to get the linear launcher from battle game, get all the A ranks, and then you had to get the A rank on the story mode, right? You need to unlock the rocket launcher, finish the game in under 4 hours, get the rocket launcher. So yeah, get all the A ranks on the battle game, and then get the rocket launcher in the story mode, which meant getting the A rank. You couldn't save at all, other than the switching discs part. You couldn't use first aid sprays, right? You had to beat it in under a certain amount of time, so pretty intimidating right there. It takes a lot of preparation, knowing what items to pick up, what items to leave behind. Don't waste any time, as well as you can't fucking die. So it's definitely rewarding though. It's intimidating, but it's rewarding and it's doable and it's not fucking retarded. Like, I like permadeath type stuff in horror games. It works well, right? Permadeath is designed, it works well with horror games, right? But, you know, we'll get to it fucking soon, but certain games it does not work for. Hello there, pilot, good to see you there. Cover on a car, that A rank was fun, unlocking the outfits, yo. Okay, so Duke Nukem, this is a piss easy platinum. Honestly, this is a terrible platinum, dude. This is a seriously appalling platinum, this game. Really, really, really terrible platinum. You don't even need to get all of the secrets in this game. You can use cheat codes. It's a terrible platinum, the Duke Nukem 3D one, really disappointing. Resident Evil 2 Remake, this is a pretty interesting platinum because you need to get the A ranks, right? You need to do all of the scenarios, I believe you need to beat it on the hardest difficulty on all the scenarios, as well as getting the S plus rank, right? Unlocking all of the special weapons and stuff. Yeah, complete Leon's story on standard or hardcore with it. Wait, does it not require S plus? Complete Leon's story on hardcore, complete Claire's on hardcore. Do you know what? I don't think there's an actual trophy for beating it on hardcore S plus, but I believe you need to unlock the secret weapons, which requires you to play hardcore S plus, right? Clear the game without opening the item box. You know, you got some difficulty shit in here. Complete the game without using recovery items. So, yeah, you've got some of those challenges from the other Resident Evils, as well as having to do the get all the special weapons by doing the S plus on hardcore, which is quite tough because you only get 3 saves, and you gotta go quick, you know. Saints Row 4 Re-Electors. This is actually a platinum I got on stream. I guess this was my first, this might have been my first platinum journey on stream. Saints Row 4. So this was honestly, this was not a hard platinum, but it was very time consuming, okay? Extremely time consuming platinum right here. You needed to do all of the activities, right? Collect all of the collectibles, and there is a shitload of collectibles in this game, okay? There's like 1,000 collectibles in this game, right? So not only do you need to do all of the activities, do all of the challenges, right? Do all of the open world shit, but you need to get all of the collectibles, and it was incredibly time consuming, okay? Very, very tedious. Not hard, just very tedious, right? But yeah, I hope you're doing well there, Pilot Man. Good to see you there, dude. Oh, Remnant from the Ashes. This was an annoying platinum here. Because this game here it's randomly generated, right? And this is another example of having to do a shitload of farming, right? Because you need to, like, I don't know what it is. I think you might have had to get, like, all of the rings or something, all the armor sets. I don't know what it is, but basically, you needed to get certain items. And in order to get those certain items, you had to farm, right? So more fucking farming. Farming might be, you know, farming trophies might be the worst type of trophies there are, alongside multiplayer trophies. So yeah, it would have been a pretty easy platinum, but you had to do a shitload of farming to get certain items, which was annoying because it was randomly generated, right? So it was terrible. It was terrible, dude. Seriously, not a very fun platinum here. You see there too. Looking around for collectibles without them on a map. I'll pull up a guide for that, yeah. Dude. Yeah, Saints Row 4, it would display the collectibles, right? There was just so many of them. Guns Go and Cannoli 2, this is a terrible platinum. It's so easy, this platinum. It's terrible, really, really terrible platinum right here. You don't even need to beat it on the hardest difficulty. I have beat this game on the hardest difficulty because I'm just that good, but it's not required. Okay, I mean, look at this. Look at this terrible trophy list. You see, it's fucking ass, dude. It's so basic, right? It's like a 2 out of 10 difficulty. You can do it all on easy. You know, it's just fucking ass. Guacamelee 2, so Metroidvania right here. Like I said, is, you know, with Metroidvanias, it's basically just getting 100%, right? Getting all the upgrades, getting all the collectibles, you know, doing everything that the game has to offer, right? So, I believe you have to play on hard mode as well. So, yeah, purchase all the upgrades, achieve 100% completion, all the areas, beat the game on hard mode. Reach the good ending, yeah, you see, so it's basically just 100%, right? Just do everything the game has to offer. Code Vein, 8%, is it that bad? Oh no, I actually need to go back to that game. I played that on stream, right? But I just sort of stopped playing it, not because it was bad, but... oh, Beholder. Yeah, this is an easy platinum. This is basically like a game where you make like choices and stuff, right? So all you do really is you need to do like all of the storylines, which can be quite cryptic. So with the help of a guide, you can get all the trophies pretty easily, right? So you need to get all of the different endings, do all the different storylines, make all the different choices, right? Because your choices impact how the storylines work, you know, so some of them can be incredibly cryptic, right? I definitely had to look up a guide for some of the storylines because I didn't know how to do some of them. But yeah, this is a really great game right here. I love this game. Oh, Valfaris, this is a pretty good platinum right here. This is a pretty good one. I did this on stream as well. This was another platinum journey that I did on stream. So the standout trophy for this one is, well, you got a speedrun there. Look, complete the game in under 2 hours, but this one is the main one. Finish the game with 10 or fewer deaths, which that sounds quite forgiving, you know, unlike Slain, where if you die a single time, you fail, right? But this game is way harder than Slain, okay? Way harder than Slain, and it still has the insta-death shit. I actually have a stream highlights compilation on YouTube of me doing this this achievement, and I believe the only times I died was with the insta-death shits, right? Cheap fucking insta-death shit. But yeah, it's still hard though, right? Because I mean, I was able to do it, you know, relatively. I did it on the first try, right? Like my first run through of attempting this platinum, I managed to do it. I believe I got like 6 deaths or something, and they might have been all from insta-death shit, right? But yeah, this is a hard game. Like when I played this game for the first time, I had 400 deaths, right? But with, you know, with practice and experience and, you know, knowing which weapons to use and shit, you know, I managed to do it. I did it all legitimate, by the way. I didn't look anything up. Well, I guess I did for the secrets, but, you know, in terms of like, you know, the best weapons and shit to use, nah, I did that shit on myself, dude. Oh, this was another fucking trophy, another bloody platinum journey as well I did on stream. This was terrible, this one, dude. Very, very terrible. You had to play this on the hardest difficulty, which was fucking annoying, right? But what made this the most, like, what made this the worst was the, well, the worst trophy about it was getting all the collectibles, right? Which, it was already tedious enough as it is, having to get all the collectibles, but the worst thing about it was that the collectibles were glitched! They were glitched, okay? God, it was like Ground Zero, dude. You see, like, look, find all the chests in the game. Collect all the experience pickups, so... Yeah, the chests, I remember, there was a fucking chest in one of the levels that was glitched. It would not work, okay? I would open it, and it would not count towards being collected, right? I had to keep on replaying the game, and... like, replaying the mission and, you know, opening it, just hoping that it would fucking work, and it wouldn't work, right? I can't remember what the hell I did to make it work, but it was such a pain, dude. because not only was just the hard mode annoying, because it basically made all the enemies really tanker, so that was tedious to go through, but the fucking glitched, the glitched fucking chest was so incredibly irritating. My god, it was horrible, dude. For real, though. Metro 2033, this was basically the same as Last Light, right? You need to do the hardest difficulty, get all the collectibles, and do the good ending, right, with the morale. So it's just the same. Resident Evil 5, this is a pretty, this is pretty time-consuming, this platinum, because well, you need to do it on the hard mode, which is fun. Like, difficulty-based trophies are usually always fun, but the worst trophy, you see there, complete all chapters on professional. The worst trophy in this fucking platinum was easily this: completely upgrade all weapons. Really time-consuming. Okay, there's a shitload of weapons, and they are expensive to upgrade, alright? You gotta upgrade every single one of them. So basically, guess what? You gotta farm, alright? I even have a fucking video on my channel showing off a good farming spot that I found, right? So, yeah, that's what makes this one annoying, because you need to upgrade all the weapons, which means farming for gold. Really annoying, okay? It wasn't like Dark Souls 3 levels of bad, but it was still pretty bad, okay? You have to farm a lot to get enough gold to upgrade all those weapons, you know? You also gotta get all of the emblems, right? All the figurines, so you gotta do all the collectibles, you gotta beat it on the hard mode. You know, there's a bunch of miscellaneous shit, but that fucking, that one is easily the worst, though, upgrading all the weapons. Really annoying. Shivers AI in that game is cancer. Especially on professional. Luckily I didn't play it on professional. Alright, so Devil May Cry reboot. I actually like this game. I know a lot of people hate this game, but I actually like this game. I don't think there's anything really stand out about this game. Complete a mission with an SSS rank. Complete level without taking damage. Reach level 50 in Bloody Palace with Dante. You had to beat the hardest difficulty, I believe. Be rewarded a triple S rank on 5 different missions. Oh, that was annoying. Yeah, the DLC is shit in this game. But yeah, you had to complete Virgil's Downfall DLC on Virgil Must Die. That was annoying because that DLC is shit. Yeah. So I guess that was the most annoying thing, was doing the hardest difficulty on the DLC, because the DLC is just fucking trash. But also complete all missions on Dante Must Die. It weren't too bad though. This game is a lot easier than the other DMCs. I've put off playing RE5 and 6 because of the co-op. Can't deal with games with forced co-op, yeah? If only that was the worst thing about RE6, good lord. I guess it's probably the worst thing about RE5 though. Because like, oh man, the co-op, like Retro said, the AI, Shiver's AI is aged, dude. Really though. Like, if you're gonna play that game, you need to play it, with another player, right? That's the best way of playing RE5 is with a friend, because playing it like with the AIs is awful, dude. Seriously. Ooh, this is a tough platinum right here. DMC 3. This is a pretty damn hard platinum right here. Finish the game on Dante Must Die. That's hard, okay? This is a tough fucking difficulty. Yeah, this is like PS2 fucking hardest difficulty type hard, okay? This isn't like hardest difficulties nowadays where it's not even that hard. This is actually hard, alright? This is fucking hard. Like, that final boss, that is fucking hard, alright? I mean, just the entire game is tough, because, I mean, not only do you just die quick, right? There's tons of fucking enemies, you know, but what makes Dante Must Die so fucking annoying is that the enemies are so tanky. It's fucking terrible, dude. I really hated that right there. So not only do you die really quickly, but the enemies take an absolute beating. It's horrible. As well as some of the boss fights being fucking hard, dude. Like the bloody wolf guy and the final boss and stuff. Fucking, yeah, hard right there. That's tough. That is fucking tough right there. But not only that, you had to do, I believe you had to get an S rank on every single mission. Also, this as well, a complete bloody palace. That was annoying. That was fucking shit right there. I don't like bloody palace mode. God, that took, that's just like wave after wave after wave of shit, right? So that was a pain to get. And then achieve an S rank on all missions. That was annoying as well because you got to get a certain amount of stylish points. You got to finish it quickly, and oh god, even on easy, it's annoying, right? So yeah, I'd say this is probably one of the hardest platinums that I have, right? Just because of that difficulty, just because of that, dude. That it does not play around that game. Dude, this right here is a pathetic platinum. I seriously got, you don't even need to beat this game to get the platinum. I never even beat this game, right? I believe you get the platinum in like the first 30 minutes of playing it, right? You don't need to do anything. You'll get the platinum accidentally in this game. It's awful. That is the worst. That's the fucking worst platinum I've ever got right there. Seriously, terrible platinum, dude. So, there's lots of games that I want to get fucking platinums for as well. Like Elden Ring, I want to platinum this at some point. Torment Souls, I want to platinum this. You see, I've almost got it. 78%. All I need to do, I think, is just, this one, look, I need to do that. And also this. Complete the game without using your health items. So, oh god. Also, I want to platinum this. Blasphemous. Ooh, Salt and Sand shit. This is this game here is like Dark Souls. It's like a 2D Dark Souls, this game. I can't really remember, actually, what the hell this was like. I thought it was... I think it was just like typical Dark Souls type shit where you had to do, you had to do all of the quest lines and that, right? I believe that's what it was like. Platinum in Dark Souls games is usually always kind of tough or kind of time consuming because you need to do all the quest lines and that, get all the different endings, and sometimes you even need to do like, collect certain items or whatever. Yeah, but I think this is just kind of like a typical Dark Souls platinum, right? Just do all the quest lines. You haven't played DMC5 at all. I understand once you beat the game, then the real game unlocks. No, I didn't like that game. I dropped it. Did not like it. Okay, God's Trigger. So this was a pretty interesting one right here, because of well, this was cool. You need to get an S rank on all the levels. But what was the most annoying thing about this was this: finish all chapters in co-op mode. This game doesn't have online co-op; it's couch co-op, right? So this was a first for me right here. As if co-op isn't bad enough, this is couch co-op. Finish all chapters, couch co-op. How the fuck am I supposed to do that? I don't have anyone to play this game with me fucking couch co-op, right? So do you know what I had to do with this? I had to use share play, right? Does anyone know what share play is? Basically, share play is where you share your screen with somebody else, right? And it sort of simulates couch co-op. You know who helped me get this platinum? Nick. Nick helped me get this platinum. And what was the thing? What was the most annoying, right? So not only did I need to do the share play to complete every single chapter, right? You basically had to play the entire game couch co-op, right? So I had to fuck about with the share play and the stupid time zones with the Nick guy, right? But the worst thing about it was that this trophy was glitched, right? I beat the entire game with the guy and it didn't pop, right? So I thought, well, I don't get it. Do I need to? So do you know what I ended up doing, right? So you know, blah blah blah, whatever happened. But after I did the entire game with SharePlay and it didn't pop, do you know what I ended up doing? I ended up getting S rank on every level in co-op. Which was annoying because Nick was not very good at the game, right? I had to carry him basically. And guess what? Still didn't pop. It was horrible. So I don't even know what ended up happening. I think we ended up replaying the game, dude, and then it finally popped. So that was pretty awful right there. Pretty fucking awful. Having to fucking, get someone to play with the weird share play, and I was playing with someone from the US, so it was really annoying with the time zones. Did a playthrough, trophy didn't pop, ended up doing S rank on every level, still didn't pop. Turned out that was not necessary, by the way, we did not need to do that. And then I meant to play it again, and finally it popped. That was horrible right there. Glitched trophies are the worst, dude. They are AIDS. Darkness ruined God's Trigger for me. Yeah. Dude, don't listen to that guy. That game is fucking great, dude. That's a great game right there. Okay, Hotline Miami. So, the only real trophy for this one that's worth talking about is, this. Get A rank on all chapters, so pretty tough right there because you need to play very aggressive and get combos and finish in a good time. And yeah, there's all types of different, like, different ways of earning points. And Hotline Miami is a pretty tough game casually, so having to get A rank on every single mission, pretty tough right there. That was definitely a tough one. Like some levels took quite a lot of time to get done. I've experienced glitch trophies where it forced me to replay a game more than once, which was annoying. Yeah, dude, glitch trophies are AIDS, seriously. Like that right there, it's just not fun at all. Okay, so this game doesn't even have a platinum, but I do have 100%. This is a great game right here. I believe all you do is you just do all the challenges, right? Do all the challenges. I always hate when a game doesn't have a platinum. It's so fucking annoying. But yeah, that's a great game right there. Beholder 2, it's the same as the first game, right? You make choices, you do all the different storylines, get all the different endings, right? I had to replay this game a lot because this game has a lot of endings. I believe it has like 8, so I had to play this game probably like 10 times. Death's Gambit, that's a game I want to platinum. That was a fucking struggle, that game, because do you know what? I was working towards beating all of the bosses in this game, and I reached the super secret boss in this game, and I couldn't fucking beat it, dude. Seriously, it was terrible. The thing what made it the most annoying was that I didn't have as much damage as I could have had because, it's fucking retarded, this game. The way the upgrade system works in this game is so dumb. Basically, it's so stingy with upgrade materials that I ended up fucking wasting them, and then I couldn't upgrade my fucking weapon, right? The only way I could upgrade it was by buying the materials, and they were so fucking expensive that I would have to fucking farm, and oh god. Basically, I dropped it, and I was like, you know what, I'll come back to this another time, I'll replay the game, and I won't make the mistake of wasting my fucking upgrade materials, right? It's a shame you can't earn platinum trophies on PC, yeah, I know, right? It's kind of like, actually, it's not even like Xbox, is it? Like, Xbox doesn't have platinums either, but it has the gamer score, which is kind of like its own thing. But Steam doesn't have anything, right? It doesn't have it doesn't have a platinum equivalent. It doesn't have gamer score equivalent. It's just you know, it's just achievements, which is really lame. Really lame. I think platinum is the best type of a system. Okay, Hollow Knight. This is a game that I wanted to platinum, but I never did platinum this game, and I never will because of this right here. Complete the Pantheon of the Night. Yeah. This you have to beat like every boss back to back without dying. Did you ever reach this, Pilot? Do you know about this? You reach some sort of area, right? And basically, like, it's a gauntlet, and you have to beat like every boss back to back without dying. Fuck that, dude. Fuck that. I would have, but that just spoiled it for me. Proteus, this was a pretty standard platinum. All you had to do for this one was basically just get all of these secrets. I don't think you even need to play it on the hardest difficulty. It was basically just upgrading all the weapons and getting all the secrets. Finish the level 100% on hardest difficulty. Finish the campaign with 100% on all levels. Yeah, so pretty standard. Not really that too exciting. Oh, this right here, Crash Bandicoot 4. This is also a game that I wanted to platinum, but dude, this platinum is fucking retarded, okay? This is inhuman, okay? This is like Super Meat Boy. You know, it's just insane, right? It's not fun to do because you oh god, there's just so much shit to this game. There's tons and tons of different gems that you need. You know, there's the platinum relics. It's just horrible, right? And I mean, just the platinum relics alone, because the thing is, right, it's like, unlike Crash Bandicoot 1, the levels in this game are so long, dude. So to get those time trials, it's just, nah, no way. That is that's one of those ridiculous 10 out of 10 difficulty type platinums right there. Steam has perfect games, which you get after unlocking all achievements. I think it's pretty equivalent to oh yeah, does it? I see. Moon Scars, that's another Metroidvania. It's just like, once again, it's basically just 100% of the game. Project Warlock, this is a game that I wanted to platinum, but this has another fucking difficult. This has a difficulty that turned me off, right? It's like a it has like a live system, right? So I think what it is you have like episodes, like each episode has like 10 levels or something, and if you die, you get sent back to the beginning of the episode. So that just turned me off, right? Like, you know, I like permadeath type shit, but not in a game like this, okay? I think permadeath works well in horror games and things, you know, shit like that, but I mean, a game like this, you know, it's just not, you know, come on, who wants to do that, right? Who wants to fucking do that, dude? Super Meat Boy? Yeah, no thanks, dude. No thanks, bro. Rayman Legends. I wanted to platinum this as well, but where the fuck is it, dude? This right here is why I didn't. This is a fucking just retarded trophy. I spoke about this during Black Myth, but basically, you need to do these daily challenges, right? And there's only a certain amount of daily challenges, so you have to like get on every single day for like 4 months and do the daily challenges. It's just retarded, okay? This is a trophy. This is a platinum that I want to get as well. SteamWorld Dig 2, it's the Metroidvania, but it has like this ranking system where you need to beat the game without dying a single time under a certain amount of fucking time, and you know, oh god, it's just, yeah. Finish the game with a gold star in every category. Yeah, you know, kind of annoying right there, because the thing is, the areas are randomly generated, right? So I think what it is, you need to mine a certain amount of resources, beat it in under like 3 hours, and you can't die a single time. So just, it kind of turned me off, right? Fuck Super Meat Boy, yeah, fuck that platinum, dude. Dead Rising, this is a game that I would like to platinum, but, where the fuck is it? Yeah, this one right here. Survive for at least 7 days. That is why I won't, because that's just a fucking stupid trophy. You have to leave your console on for like 14 hours. It's retarded. This was a fun platinum right here. South Park: The Stick of Truth. You had to like do. You basically had to 100% right. You had to do all the quest lines, but I think the main trophy in this was this. Look. You own all weapons and costumes available in the game, so you had to. This is an RPG, okay? This is an RPG, so there's a lot of items, right? So you need to collect every single weapon, every single costume in the game, right? So you need to fucking get every single item. You know, with it being an RPG. There's a lot of fucking items, right? You need to look up a guide to see where they're all hidden. You know, they're hidden around the map. You gotta fucking get them off certain enemies, and I believe you have to farm or whatever. Do all the quest lines. It was, you know, quite a task right there. I believe that was, you know, that was about it though. That was the only standout trophy. You have joined the KKK. But yeah, definitely quite a, you know, bit of a task right there. Tales of Iron, it's a Metroidvania, you know, once again, just 100% the game. I believe you had to collect all the armors and weapons in that game, which was kind of annoying. Unravel, this is a fun platformer right here. I think the standout trophy for this was, I believe you had to beat every single level without dying. I know you did. Oh, there, look, see. Finish each level from start to finish without dying, so that was a little tough right there. The levels are quite long, and it's, you know, you can die instantly, so, you know, that was kind of tough right there. Guacamelee 1, once again, Metroidvania, just get the 100% right, and you'll get the platinum. Oh, this is a pretty unique game. This is like a survival game, right? And what the hell did you have to do in this game? Like, I can't remember, dude. I think you had to do certain things. Like certain Dogs of War. Oh, these are really vague fucking descriptions, dude. I can't quite remember, but I think you had to like survive for a certain amount of time and do certain tasks. I can't actually remember, dude. That weren't that long ago either. Mark of the Ninja, great game right here, really fun platinum. It was basically just doing it on the hardest difficulty, doing the new game plus, getting all the challenges and stuff, doing all the upgrades. A pretty solid overall platinum, you know. That's usually a safe way of making a good platinum. It's just to, you know, just to make you do everything in the game, right? You know, do the hardest difficult, earn all the upgrades, get all the collectibles, do all the challenges or whatever. That's usually a safe way of doing the platinum. San Andreas Platinum. This was pretty shitty platinum actually. You'd think you'd have to get the 100% in this game, but you didn't. Okay, which I guess was a blessing, but it was kind of weird because you had to do like certain activities, like here for example, win the Beat the Cock marathon, which is quite annoying because I think that was quite long. It's like a 30-minute fucking event or something. So you had to do like certain activities. But and also farming, like a really annoying trophy in this game was Where the fuck is it? This one, get arrested 50 times. Really annoying because basically you need to farm, right? You need to farm getting arrested. It was horrible. That must have took fucking I don't know, like 1 or 2 hours or something. Really repetitive. All right. You just get the all you would do is you'd go to the police station, punch a cop, run outside, get in a car. So then he opens the door and busts you, and that's all you do over and over again. It was fucking honestly, this was a terrible platinum. This was a terrible platinum, to be honest. Reach maximum respect, you know. Reach maximum sex appeal. Also, something else that was really annoying is you had to do this as well. Export all 3 car lists. Very annoying. Not only is it time consuming because you need to collect like tons of cars from around the map. Like they could be all the way on the other side of the map, and you have to go there and drive all the way back, right? And I think there was like 30 cars or something. So, you know, not only was a lot of cars, it was time consuming to get them all, but some of the cars would not be guaranteed to spawn in the locations, right? They would be random. So you'd have to go there, drive away, drive back, drive away, drive back, right? Hoping that it spawns. Oh, God. Just, you know, not a very fun platinum, honestly. It was definitely way more of a chore, this platinum. Unmetal, great game right here. Pretty fun platinum from memory, pretty simple. I believe you just had to do the hard mode as well as getting like certain endings or something. Do all the secrets and that. Yeah, great game right here. If you like old school Metal Gear, I'd recommend playing this. It's a really fun game. Fist, once again, it's a Metroidvania. You know, just 100% the game. Do you know what it is with these Metroidvanias? They do have certain standout trophies that are worth talking about, but I've played that many Metroidvanias that they kind of all blur together. Some of them usually require like a bit of farming or whatever. Oh, Lego Batman 3, this was an annoying one, dude. Very annoying platinum right here. Like, it started off good, but the main one was doing those, I don't know what the fuck they were called, but there was these planets, right? Like, these optional planets. And they were fucking terrible, dude. Like, this game, you need to get every single character, right? You need to get every single collectible and unlock every single character. And there's a lot of characters, right? They require all types of different tasks. You know, you have to buy them, right? And yeah. But the worst thing about this game was the planets. They were horrible, right? Very, very tedious. That right there, you see, 100% the game. Like, the 100% would have been fine if it wasn't for the planets. The planets were terrible. Very just not fun to go through at all. Everhood? No, it's not. It's Evergate. Dishonored, fun platinum right here. Pretty basic from memory. I believe the main ones that you need to beat the game without being seen a single time. I don't think you even need to play the hardest difficulty in this game. I think it's just beat the game without being seen a single time, and I think without killing enemies or something, and you know, get all the collectibles, right? Yeah. I think you have to get all the collectibles, beat the game without being seen or killing anyone, and doing all of the different quests and stuff. Pretty fun platinum from memory. Aura surely has all the Lego Batman platinums, yeah. I know, right? 100%, dude. Totally. Okay. Dishonored 2, pretty much the same as the first game. Really fun platinum. You know, beat the game without killing anyone. Beat it without being seen. Complete the game in high chaos. Complete it in low chaos. Do all the quest lines and stuff, right? You know, both great games. Dishonored was fun with no kill rule trophy. Yeah, that's all. I think every fucking stealth game should have a trophy like that. Like that, you know, a stealth game should always have a trophy related to beating the game without being detected once. Like that's a must right there. That's an absolute must. They had that in like Mark the Ninja and stuff. Hitman Absolution. This is a fun platinum right here. You need to beat it on the hardest difficulty, which is quite tough. I actually did a walkthrough for this game, if anyone remembers that. But yeah, beat the game on professional difficulty. Quite tough right there because you know, there's types of criterias where you can't see the fucking. You can't see through walls. Also, you get very little instinct and shit. So, like certain parts of the fucking, like anybody that watched that walkthrough will see that it can be quite fucking tricky, dude. Like certain levels, you have to be very, very precise with how you with how you beat them. But yeah, fun platinum right here. I think it was basically just doing that hard mode, and that's about it. Oh yeah, collectibles. Getting all the collectibles and do the trophies. Oh yeah, the not trophies, challenges. Yeah, doing all the challenges. That was fun as well. I like challenges in games if they're fun at least. Not like retarded ones. Not like retarded ones. Okay. Hello there, Isaac. Hello. Hello! How you doing there? Good to see you there, my boy. Check out the flex. Yeah, this is the ultimate flex, bro. This is the ultimate flex. Oh, God, this one right here. This was a pretty painful platinum right here. I mentioned this briefly on my Black Myth playthrough, but this was a pain. You know why? More fucking online shit, alright? So not only did you need to like beat it on the beat every level on the hardest difficulty, but there was two things. There was two standout things about this platinum. One, painful online bullshit and farming. Two of the worst types of trophies there are in one platinum. So yeah, not a very fun look. You see, reach rank 100, so you had to farm to rank 100. You had to get all the gold medals in every single level. You had to get all the collectibles, upgrade, like get all the upgrades and that. But the worst thing about it was this, like stuff like this, you see, complete every level with a full team of 4 players. Do you know how annoying that is? Do you know how dead this game is online? It is dead. There's nobody playing this game. And you need to beat every single level with a full squad, right? If somebody leaves, it voids the level and you have to restart. And people can leave at any time. It's drop in, drop out type shit, right? It is a real struggle. It was terrible. The only way that you could do it was by messaging people on forums and, you know, seeing if people want to do the trophy, right? You could not do this with randoms. You couldn't. It was impossible. It was way too dead, right? It was way too hard to get a team. And then when you finally did get a team, someone would always leave and it was impossible, right? The only way you can do it was to, you know, go looking in forums and Discord servers and that. And seeing if people want to, you know, do it, right? And it's a fucking pain, even if you find people to do it with, because, you know, people fuck you about, right? They tell you they're interested, and then they just ghost you. You know, there's time zones to deal with, like people can't fucking get on, and people might join, but then they fucking leave. It is AIDS, okay? It's fucking AIDS. Horrible fucking trophy. And also, not only did you have to worry about that bullshit, but you also had to farm, okay? You had to farm a shitload to level up, as well as doing the survival game mode. I believe you had to, like, reach wave 20 in every survival map or something. It was, this was one of the most annoying platinums in recent memory, dude. When the hell did I get this again? In November of 2024, so, not too long ago. This was a real annoying platinum right there. Farming combined with bullshit online of trying to fucking get people to play with, yeah. Absolute pain in the dick, dude. Ghost of Tsushima was my recent platinum. Extremely easy, yeah? A platinum is still a platinum, Online trophies always hold me back. Yeah, they're fucking terrible, really. They are AIDS, dude. They are not fun at all, dude. They spoil platinums, bro. Oh yeah, this is Far Cry 4. This is a game I want to platinum, and I actually went through a bit of a phase where I was actually, like, I had PS Plus at the time, right? And while it was active, I actually got a lot of multiplayer trophies out of the way, so that I could platinum them at some point, right? And this was one of them. So in this game, like, let me look at this, okay? Let me look at these, dude. Yeah, look, see, stuff like this. Reach Arena Rank 5. Oh no, that's campaign, no man. Finish a public match in each game type in the Battle of Kyrat game. Oh, awful! Awful! Okay? Do you know how dead this game is? Awful, bro. Horrible, horrible, horrible. I also had to do something in the co-op campaign, right? There was some shit. Where the fuck is it? Well, I don't know, but basically, I needed to do some of the things in campaign in co-op, right? So that was annoying. I had to message someone and get someone to fucking do it with me, because doing it with a random is not possible, not only because it's dead, but you need cooperation, right? But this as well, this was awful. You had to play the fucking multiplayer, and it was so fucking dead, dude. Like, we had to sit in a lobby for fucking ages waiting for people to join. It was terrible. Seriously, absolutely terrible. Absolutely awful, that right there. Cookie cutter, this game's a piece of fucking garbage. The only reason I platinumed this game was because basically I was so deep into it that I felt like I had to, otherwise I wasted my time. That's what that was, right? Like, but by the time I was starting to regret playing this game, I was so far into the platinum that it would have just been a waste to, to not get it, right? It would be all for nothing, basically. I'm gonna deal with toxic players that can't behave. It was dead. What did you expect from a zombie game? Yeah, very funny, dude. Very funny. Oh, man, look at this funny guy over here. I almost got the platinum for Brutal Legend. All I needed was 2 online trophies, but the multiplayer was dead. Yeah, that's AIDS, right? It's fucking horrible, dude. There are so many struggles that come with online shit, dude. Honestly, I could do a fucking podcast episode on that alone, dude, just ranting about that shit. Like, I mean, I'm talking about my history of trophy hunting, but I could talk about the history of my struggles with online play, Like with the fucking GT Online, the trophy hunting here, as well as like the Call of Duty Zombies shit I was fucking playing years ago. The Left 4 Dead 2. Maybe I'll do that someday. It won't be that long though. Alright, another platinum right here. Wolfenstein: The New Order. This was a pretty fun platinum. You had to get all the collectibles, get all the upgrades, do all the challenges, and beat the game on the hardest difficulty, which wasn't too bad, right? Because as long as you're careful and you use a lot of cover, it's not too bad at all. Pretty fun platinum here. However, this this right here, Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus, is a platinum that I will never get. Alright? Do you know why? I'll show you why. Where is the fucking trophy? Where is the trophy? For this trophy right here, 0.1% of players have earned this trophy. This trophy here is cancer. I will never, ever go for the platinum in this game because of this trophy. I mentioned this in the Black Myth Wukong video, but this here, it's a permadeath difficulty. And, you know, permadeath is already bad enough, right? Like, you die once, you go back to the beginning of the game. This is like a 4-hour run, right? So you gotta play for 4 hours without dying a single time. So not only, you know, that's bad enough, right? Permadeath. But what makes it even worse is not only can you not skip the cutscenes, this has unskippable cutscenes, including 10 minutes of cutscenes at the very beginning of the game, right? So every time you restart the game, you gotta watch 10 minutes of unskippable cutscenes, right? And then after the first level, you have to watch another 10 minutes of unskippable cutscenes. Right? But also, the game is just not designed for permadeath, right? Do you know how quick you die in this game? You can die insanely quick, right? One fucking mistake and you're dead, right? You can die in like 2 bullets. You know? Anyone that's played Call of Duty, it kind of plays like that, right? It's a cover shooter. And if you play on Veteran, you know just how quick you can die. Imagine, like, picture it like this, okay? Imagine playing COD 4 on Veteran, permadeath. That's what it's like, okay? But probably even harder, dude. Because you got some insane enemies in this game. You die insanely fucking quick, right? You have to play so carefully, right? You have to fucking just... Oh, it's seriously, I absolutely applaud anyone who has this, but I mean, not only is it permadeath in a game that it just does not work for permadeath, right? This game, this game has no right having a permadeath game mode, okay? Just with how the game plays, is not designed around permadeath, all right? But not, you know. That's bad enough, but the unskippable cutscenes with a 10-minute intro, and then after the first short mission, another 10 minutes. So at the beginning of the run, there's 20 minutes of unskippable cutscenes, and you have to watch them every time you die. Oh, God, it's horrible. It's horrible. Oh my God, and I actually tried it, right? I was actually thinking about going for it, but after, you know, after like a handful of attempts, I was like, no, I am not doing this. Honestly, the main reason, the cutscenes, that was the main fucking reason, to be honest. Like, the permadeath and just how the game is, that, I reckon I might have, you know, I might have just been able to tolerate that, dude. But the unskippable cutscenes, no way, no way, dude. I couldn't. I do not have the patience for that. You've seen how impatient I get with a simple 30-second run back in Black Myth, right? You saw how impatient I was getting having to do a 30-second run back. If I had to sit there for 10 minutes and then another 10 minutes watching a cutscene that I can't skip, after getting, you know, fucking shredded in half a second, over and over again, dude, I would lose my mind. That is mental torture right there. That is fucking literal mental torture. So I seriously, I implore anyone who plays this game, okay, if anyone ever plays this game, do not fucking touch Mein Leben with a 10-foot barge pole, okay? It is one of the most cancerous trophies in the history of gaming. And I will never fucking do it. That's why I mainly play multiplayer games. I am toxic as hell, yeah. And alright, I saw, you know, you told me about that one time where you said that you were playing with someone and you said, you guys are so bad, that's so toxic right there. Wow, man. What the fuck, man? Why? This guy over here admitted that he said somebody was so bad at the game. Like, what the fuck? That's not cool. Cookie cutter LGBTQ game, yeah, that game, dude. That is, you heard me talk about it in the fucking review, dude, in that video, whatever the hell it was. You gotta do the Wolfenstein 2 Platinum, yeah, no way, dude. Can't wait to play multiplayer games with Crawler, 24-hour marathon stream incoming, boys, yeah. Do you know what though? I would be willing to do co-op, but I just don't have anyone to play with, dude. Like I wouldn't mind doing like a co-op playthrough with King of Hun or something. Like it was just like a random idea thrown out there, but Resident Evil 6 co-op playthrough of King of Hun, right? I'd be willing to do that. You know, I'd pick up the game for a few bucks and play it with King of Hun, but I mean, it's just not really doable. You should get the RE6 Platinum. It's kind of a pain in the ass. I don't want to play the game, dude. I don't want to play the game, bro. Never mind getting the Platinum. What the hell are you smoking, Isaac? You smoking some Brazilian herbs, bro? I don't even want to play the game. Never mind go for the Platinum. Unskippable cutscenes are a sign of bad game designer. The person making cares more about story than game. That means they don't belong in industry. Yeah, I mean, as if they aren't bad enough as it is, but in that permadeath difficulty, just wow, that is some of the most cruelest shit I've ever seen in my life. Prince of Persia: Lost Crown, another Metroidvania, great game right here, dude. You know, basically just 100% it, right? That's literally what every single Metroidvania Platinum is. It's just 100% it, you know. Do all the bosses, get all the endings, do all the quest lines, get all the upgrades, you know. Evil West. This was an interesting Platinum right here. Because you had to get all of the what the hell was it again? This game. Yeah, you had to beat it on the hardest difficulty, which was honestly, that wasn't even that bad because you could use you could play a New Game Plus with all your upgrades, right? There was, what was it again? This fucking game, dude. Do you know what though? I did beat this game on New Game, on the hardest difficulty there. So even though I did kind of cheese it with the New Game Plus items, I did actually play it legitimately again because I play this game a lot, dude. I really like this game. Like, I'm not claiming this is like an amazing game, but it was kind of like a bit of a guilty pleasure for me, you know? Like, this game isn't really anything special. If anything, it's actually quite flawed, this game. You know, I made a video on it, didn't I? Like, talking about it. It's got some problems, this game, but it was a bit of a guilty pleasure. I really enjoyed this game. Really enjoyed it, man. Despite its flaws, right? Last Faith, another Metroidvania. Blasphemous 2, another Metroidvania. Oh, do you know what though? Blasphemous 2, this one was fucking annoying, dude, because oh my god, like sometimes getting the 100% in these Metroidvanias is so irritating. And it was so goddamn annoying in this game because I was trying to get, do you know what it was? This was fucking retarded, dude. But I was trying to get 100% completion in this game, right? You know, collecting all the items, getting all the upgrades, getting everything done, right? Doing all the quest lines, like I did them all, right? And I was still at like 98%. I didn't understand why. Okay, I thought, am I missing something? Am I missing an item? And I would check my fucking checklist or whatever, and nothing made sense. I had all the items. I scrolled through all the items fucking 10 times. I checked all the fucking quest lines were done. I fucking checked this, I checked that, and nothing made sense. I did everything. Why wasn't it at 90%? I explored the entirety of the map. You know, I was fucking zooming in on a map I found online, checking every little fucking corner, making sure there wasn't a little bit that was undiscovered. No, it was all fucking there. Do you know what it was? Do you know what it was? This game came out with some post DLC, right? So the game came out, and then later on, it released free DLC, you know, with a new area or whatever. And you know what? That post-launch DLC update, the new content, counted towards the 100% of the main game. How does that make sense? I'm doing a trophy to get the 100% in the main game. The DLC is a separate thing. But the way that they coded it, apparently, it now counts as 100% towards the entire game. That's what it was. So that was so fucking retarded right there. That really pissed me off. Oh, man. God of War Stick Bundle of Rock has unskippable cutscenes, yeah. And as if the game can't get it worse, dude. Call that gay of war, yeah. Innit, dude? Soy of war, dude. No way I would play any Metal Gear Solid game because of those cutscenes alone, yeah. Innit? Dude, fuck Metal Gear, man. That's such an overrated series. That is such an overrated series, though. Kojima is a fucking hack, dude. Fuck him. Oh, man. My most brutal trophy was not another zombie game. Oh yeah, really? I've actually got that on. Well, I've got yet another zombie game, or what the fuck it is. There, look. You know about this game? Toy Story 2 was my easiest one. Got it in one playthrough, yeah, did ya? My easiest was Metagal. I got that platinum accidentally, dude. Got the Chains of Olympus plat right now. What, you just unlocked it right now? Hell yeah, look at that, you see? How cool is that, dude? Someone watching literally just unlocked a platinum while we're live, dude. You see, that's cool right there. What about you, pilot? You didn't earn a fucking platinum live, bro. Okay, Need for Speed Heat. So this right here was a very, very time-consuming platinum. I believe this took about 70 hours, dude. So very long platinum right here. This, you know, this is like a 70 fucking hour platinum. There's just so much shit to do, right? You had to do. You have to collect all the fucking spray tags, whatever, right? You have to do collect all the fucking collectibles. Do all the races or whatever, right? There's all types of shit on here. You know, but you see that earn and bank 1 million reputation during one night. Earn reach level 50. So yeah, you had to get max. You know, you had to reach the maximum level. You had to do all the collectibles. I believe you had to get all like the best, you know, racing parts or whatever. You see, collect all the flamingos. Yeah, so basically, basically it's an open world game with a shitload of content, right? So it was very time consuming, about 70 hours, right? So yeah, get all collectibles and freestart all activities. Win a race with a car at 400 plus performance rate. Yeah, you see. So it was basically just a lot of content, okay? You had to collect all the collectibles, get 3 stars in all the activities, do all the stunt jumps, right? You had to get the very, very best performance parts, because this right here, like you see, win a race with a car at 400 plus performance rating. So in order to do that, you need to get the ultimate parts, right? The ultimate plus parts. So you need to, you know, get those, which obviously those are the best parts you can get. So it's just really time consuming, okay? It's just really time consuming. There's a lot of shit to do. No Need for Speed plats. Pay attention, will you? Will you pay attention? Pay attention now. Now we're talking quality plat right there. Why are there no Need for Speed streams? As a racing game fan, I don't feel represented. Yeah, dude. This is the first. This was the first Need for Speed game I've played since like Need for Speed fucking Shift or whatever, dude. Or no, Need for Speed the Run. Yeah, Need for Speed the Run was the last Need for Speed game that I played before this. But what was that? 2011? Yeah, that's why I care. Alright, RoboCop Rogue City. This was a I did this on stream. Yeah, this was another platinum journey on stream. I don't think there was really much to it, really. You didn't have to play on the hardest difficulty. I think you just had to do all the... I believe you had to do all of the side quests. Yeah, I think you had to do all the side quests, get all the upgrades. Some optional kind of challenge missions. Yeah, I believe so. But you didn't need to play on the hardest difficulty. Yeah, you see. Pretty boring. Ooh, Dead Space remake, you know. I'm sure you guys remember this. This was a platinum journey that we did not that long ago. Pilot! You see? Pilot will remember this. You know, you guys remember this, right? It was basically just getting all the collectibles, doing all the side missions, beating Impossible mode, New Game Plus, right? Upgrade all the weapons. But it's mainly the Impossible mode. It's a permadeath mode, okay? Which I did on stream. Look at that fucking platinum streak, by the way. Look at that, dude. Yeah. You know, you guys remember this, right? Yeah. The main trophy for that, I guess, was just the Impossible permadeath. I did it on the first try because I'm just that good at video games, okay? But yeah, that was pretty fun right there. I'm terrible with racing games. Yeah, dude. My first stream right there, yeah, innit, dude. We got this in May of 2025, so you've been around for over a year at this point. Okay, so Door Kickers Action Squad, great fucking game here, by the way. This was a really fun platinum, other than one trophy. This one, okay? Kill 1,000 enemies. This was really annoying because it wasn't something that you got naturally by playing, right? So, you know, up until this point, it'd been a really fun platinum because you had to, basically, you just needed to do, get 3 stars on all of the missions, which was really fun. Really enjoyed getting the 3 stars on all the levels, right? So it was a simple but very fun platinum. But then once I got to yeah, look there, you see 3-star all missions and all the chapters. You see? So yeah, it was a simple but fun platinum, you know, really fun game. But the worst trophy was easily this one, kill 1,000 enemies, because yeah, you know, even after I beat the game multiple times to get all the challenges, right, the 3-star on every level, I still wasn't even close to this, right? You don't really kill that many enemies in this game. So basically, at the end, when this was the final trophy, I had to farm, and all you do is you go on this one level where you go on this airplane, and it spawns a shitload of enemies, right? And you can use this ability where you call in sniper support, and you can get a bunch of kills. You just do that over and over again, and I did that for probably like 2 hours. It was really fucking annoying. Like I said, farming trophies are fucking AIDS. It definitely spoiled it, you know, but it was fun up until then. My Friend Pedro, another great game right here. The main trophy for this was getting the S ranks on every single mission. There, look, so get S rating on all levels. Pretty tough right there. You have to play extremely well, okay? You can basically play like, you can make like next to no mistakes, all right? You need to keep up a combo, right? So you need to keep up a combo and beat every level quickly, which is tough, okay? Because one little mistake, I'm talking like one mistimed jump, alright? So you gotta beat every fucking level perfectly, keeping up that fucking combo, right? Make sure that you don't fuck up a jump. It was tough, right? Like getting the highest rank in any game is usually quite tough, but yeah, it was, you know, especially certain levels. Like certain levels were really unforgiving. You had to play it literally perfect, right? You couldn't drop your combo even once. You see, look, you got combos, right? So you know, every time you kill an enemy, it goes up by 1, so you basically needed a perfect combo going at perfect speed, right? So, pretty tough right there. Some levels were right fucking pain, dude. Took multiple tries. But fun, you know, rewarding. It's a great game. Really fun game right there. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 remastered. Did I do this on stream or did I do this off stream? Well, this was pretty simple, really. It was just doing collectibles and beating it on veteran. Complete every mission without dying or reloading to a checkpoint on any difficulty. Do you know what? I think I did this off stream. I know I did veteran on stream, right? But I'm pretty sure I did this off stream, the platinum. So I guess the main things was getting all of the collectibles, beating the game on veteran, and beating every level without dying, which you can do on easy, right? But the thing is, if you accidentally friendly fire one of your bloody teammates, that counts as restarting, so it could be quite annoying, right? You know, I had to restart some missions. Also, there was some optional kind of challenge missions that were quite annoying, like there was a mission where you had to kill a certain amount of helicopters with the fucking rocket launcher thing. That was quite annoying because they wouldn't fucking spawn. Wow, the MW2 stream. You would have fun with the RE8 Platinum, yeah. And the trans bathrooms, yeah, dude, innit? Remember the bet with Dex under 100 deaths run, yeah. And then I end up fucking up on that one stupid mission, dude. You remember that bloody mission, though, with the fucking timed bullshit? Right? And then I kept on fucking dying over and over again. And then I fucking went through that fucking part where there was tons of enemies. Because the thing is, my approach was that I was avoiding the enemies, right? Because you had like 2 paths. You had the outside part, and then you had like this like inside part where all the enemies were. So, you know, I thought, okay, avoid the enemies, but it turns out going through the inside part where all the fucking enemies were was the way of doing it. It was so backwards, dude. Alright, so Saints Row the Third Remastered Platinum, another Platinum journey right there that I did on stream. I'm sure you guys remember this one too. Quite time consuming, right? You gotta do all of the activities, get all the collectibles, do all the challenges. It's not hard, it's just very time consuming. Yeah, see, find 100% of collectibles, complete all challenges, do all the activities of that, you know. It's basically just like a really time-consuming platinum. This one as well. Spend over 30 hours in Steelport. I believe I had to leave my console running for a while to get that one. You know, very great, you know, a really good playthrough here, actually. A lot of people, you know, Pilot really enjoyed this one. He said that it was his favorite playthrough, so yeah. You know, good times right there, good times, okay? The stream, right, was definitely way better than the actual platinum, because the platinum was honestly just kind of tedious. Dead Rising 2, man, this is a game I want to platinum at some point, and this was another game that I got some of the online trophies out of the way. Where the fuck is it, dude? These, look, you see, play and win in all 9 terrorist reality events. Absolute AIDS right there. Once again, horrendous online trophy, okay? This game is so fucking dead online. It's even more dead than Far Cry 4 was. I can't tell you how dead this game is online. I'm talking like literally like 2 people playing this game, okay? Like it was impossible to even get into a game, right? And you can't start a game unless you have a full lobby of 4 people, right? So getting a squad was absolute age. You can't do this with randoms. It's impossible. It is way too dead online. So the only way that you could do this was to go into forums, go into Discord servers, and find people to do it with, right? And even then, it's AIDS, right? Do you know why? Because on top of that bullshit, you have to beat every single event, and the events are random! Random! Right? So not only do you have to worry about, you know, not only have to put up with the bullshit of dead servers and finding a competent team that aren't gonna leave or ghost you, but the events are random, right? So you had to play over and over again, hoping that you got the event you needed. AIDS, dude. Fucking AIDS right there. But I ended up fucking getting them all, right? I got all of the online trophies here for Terrorist Reality. So I can actually platinum this at some point. And dude, this platinum's gonna be terrible because there's a trophy where you have to kill 100,000 zombies. And basically you have to get the SUV and just drive up and down the fucking Fortune City Park for like 6 hours. So I'm not in a rush to do that, right? Good times indeed. You died like 30 times there, ain't it, dude? It was fucking rat pain. Yeah, I wouldn't have the patience for that, yeah. Trophies that require farming are quite annoying. Very annoying. Very, very annoying. The Messenger, another Metroidvania right here. This is a great game. Great game right there. I don't think there was, yeah, it was basically just 100% it, you know. Was there anything else? Yeah, it was just 100%, you know, which, there's always some tough shit in those 100%s, but like I said, I've played so many Metroidvanias that all of these experiences of getting these platinums, it kind of blurs together, right? There are annoying parts, though, where you have to, like, farm, or, you know, time-consuming shit, but it's just, yeah. Deadlight, this is a really good game right here. Bit of a hidden gem. It's kind of like Oddworld, right? It's a platformer that kind of plays like that. And this was actually a pretty painful platinum. There was 2 standout trophies for this game. You had this, finish Nightmare Mode, and you had where the hell is it? Oh, this! Yeah, these 2, okay? So, finish Nightmare Mode and last 13 minutes and 43 seconds in Survival Mode. Really painful, okay? So, Nightmare Mode is basically permadeath, right? But it is a little bit more forgiving than a regular permadeath because there are 3 acts in this game. Every time you beat an act, you get a checkpoint, basically. if you die, you don't restart the game, but you will restart the act, and you know, so you do get a bit of a you know, a bit of leeway, right? But it's still punishing, right? It's really easy to die in this game. You can easily fall to your death. There's this tough helicopter section where you have to run from it, right? So yeah, it's basically like a limited save permadeath where you could die instantly really easily. So that was quite tough right there, but it wasn't too bad. I think the hardest part was Act 2, right? Act 1 wasn't too bad. I believe I did that in a couple of tries. Act 3, I think I might have done it on the first try, but Act 2 was a right fucking pain. I fucked that one up like 7 times or something. Oh, that was a struggle, dude. But that wasn't too bad though. By far the worst one was this fucking retarded trophy, dude. The survival game mode. The survival game mode is ass, okay? It is terrible. It's a fucking shitty game mode, right? Because the thing is, the original game didn't have this game mode. It was for this director's cut. It was clearly rushed together and just... yeah, it was clearly slapped together and just thrown in, right? It did not play well. It was fucking shit, dude, right? It was not fun to play. So the way that you got this trophy was basically by using an exploit, right? You basically just used an exploit. There were so many fucking zombies, right? Like, the main game, there's not that many zombies. You know, they usually come at you in pairs or something. You know, you might get a few, but in this survival game mode, you get hordes after hordes of enemies, right? And you have to last 14 minutes, which doesn't sound that long, but with how the game plays and how easy it is to die, and with the sheer amount of enemies, it's just AIDS, right? So the only way to beat it really is to use an exploit where you go up to this high place and then you stand in a certain spot and it will cause enemies to only spawn from this certain window and they'll fall down into this pit and you can throw Molotovs down at them or whatever. It's still intense though because it's not consistent, right? It might end up, you know, it might end up fucking up, right? You know, you might get unlucky and they might start spawning behind you and then you have to run away and hopefully you don't end up getting blocked up. It was horrible. I hated it, dude. Was not a fan of it at all. The nightmare mode was quite frustrating, but at least it was fun for the most part. You do so many crazy stuff in that game about Dead Rising 2. Messenger was great, deleted it after 30 minutes, yeah. Innit, dude? You're fucking, you know, what the hell's that about? Goddamn multiplayer peasant over here, you know? He can't handle it. He can't handle it. He's too used to his multiplayer games. Friggin' peasant, this guy. But yeah, it's a good game. It's a good game. Well, man, I guess it wasn't your type of game, but you know, if you like Ninja, you know, old school Ninja Gaiden, it's a great game. Okay, carry on. This is another Metroidvania. This was actually pretty simple, but what made this annoying is that this game, right, Metroidvania, it has no map. No map, right? No map. Yeah, that was annoying, okay? Especially when you're trying to 100% it, you know, getting all the items and doing all the shit. No map was a pain, dude. I don't know why there was no fucking map, but that was horrible. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. This is a game I'll probably platinum at some point. That's another game where I got the online trophies for it. Where the hell is it? You see, play 10 online, as a racer, 10, so I did all the online trophies, look, which it wasn't too bad, this one, because you only needed one other player and you could just boost, right? You could easily boost this game with one other player, right? It wasn't too bad. Another game here, Watch Dogs. This is another game with some annoying online trophies, okay? You remember when I said that I had PS Plus at the time, so I decided to boost a lot of online trophies? Well, yeah, this is another one of these, along with that Dead Rising 2 and that. But this was another annoying game to do the online trophies, alright? Because you have to do this fucking hacking bullshit game, okay? Invade and successfully hack 10 enemy fixes, okay? So, yeah, you have to do this, look. You have to do these fucking hacking games, right? You have to do the public online races, you have to do 10 of them, right? So this was pretty fucking annoying, but it wasn't too bad because I ended up finding someone to boost with. It was still annoying though, because I'm pretty sure it was kind of glitched, right? It ended up taking way more than 10 fucking hacks, right? So it was annoying, but eventually we managed to fucking do it. It was just kind of time consuming with the boosting. Castlevania Rondo Blood trophies are infuriating. Almost lost my mind playing that shit, yeah? Sucks that Ori 4 only have a few trophies and doesn't have a platinum. They could have added 20 more trophies to that game. Yeah, I was saying that earlier, because I do have the 100% in that game. The trophy list is terrible in that game. Could have been a really good trophy list, but it's ass, dude. Okay, so Eden Genesis. This is a pretty tough platinum here, because this is kind of like a, sort of like a fast-paced kind of platformer, right? And to get the platinum in this game, you need to basically get like the highest rank on all the levels, right? It's basically speedruns, okay? So, yeah, it's a platforming, like a fast-paced kind of platforming game, and the main kind of trophy for this game is that you need to get the highest rating for every level, where basically you just need to beat the targeted time. But it could be quite tough, right? It could be quite fucking tough. It was very skill dependent, dude. It required a lot of precise timing and stuff, and some levels were definitely fucking hard. It was fun though for the most part, other than these sort of like secret levels, which thankfully with these secret levels you actually didn't need to do them all. You only had to do like a few of them, right? So that was bad enough, because those levels were just fucking insane, right? Just finishing those levels was hard enough, but speedrunning them perfectly, right? If I had to do all of them, I probably would have platinum this game, because they were just AIDS, right? I managed to, stick with it and do the few, but yeah. Dying Light, this is another game where I got the online trophies for. It wasn't too bad. Once again, I was able to find someone to boost with. Dead Island Riptide, this was quite annoying actually, because for this game, you have to, once again, I did the online shit for this game. But for this, there's a trophy where you need to beat the entire game co-op, right? Also, you got this as well. This is kind of annoying. Mark 100 enemies, which are then killed by your co-op partner, yeah. Good luck getting that in a random lobby. Luckily, I was able to boost to that. Still time consuming though. But also, you have to, here, look. Complete all the main quests cooperatively with any number of partners. So yeah, you had to beat the whole game co-op, right? for me, this wasn't actually too bad because back when I first got this game, I did play it a lot online. So it turned out that I actually had most of the quests completed in co-op. But I didn't know, right? There was no way of tracking it. So I ended up finding someone in a forum or whatever to boost the campaign with, right? And I ended up actually getting the trophy not too far into the game. I believe the part where you have to go to that little stone place in the flooded air, in the flooded city. I ended up actually, like, the trophy popped for me there, right? I didn't need to actually beat the entire game, but I wasn't gonna be a dick and fucking abandon the guy, right? Like, you know, there's a moral code, right, when it comes to this type of shit. Like, I could have just dipped, right, and dropped out and ghosted the guy, but I didn't do that, okay? So I ended up actually sticking in there and doing the entire game with him. Which was kind of annoying, but, you know, I wasn't gonna abandon him, dude. That would just been, you know, that's how it is, right? Like, if you boost, right, you help each other, dude. You don't just fucking, you know, you don't just leave when you've got what you want, okay? You help the entire group. Oh, this anomaly agent, dude. So as you can see, I don't have the platinum for this game. I did want it though, okay? And look how I'm at 86%, right? I got every single trophy in this game besides these ones, okay? But yeah. So basically what that is... Wait, does this game not even have a fucking platinum? What the fuck? Since when? This is news to me. Oh, well, whatever, anyway. I was gonna get all the trophies of this game, but I ended up dropping it because of this trophy here, look. Complete the final floor in Rogue Agent Mode. Pilot, you know what that is? Yeah, it's a roguelike mode. I fucking hate roguelikes, okay? I fucking hate them. This was actually added in a fucking update, right? The game on launch didn't have this trophy, right? But they actually added these update trophies as a part of the main game. Absolute wankers, dude. And it's a fucking roguelike game mode. I fucking hate roguelikes, okay? I fucking played it for quite a lot, dude. I managed to get pretty far into it, but I gave up. I hate roguelikes, okay? Roguelikes, I do not find them fun, alright? They do not appeal to me, and honestly, at that point, I was starting to fucking hate the game. Really, it was starting to spoil my experience with the game, because this is a great game. I really like this game, right? The main story mode, whatever, is great. I had a lot of fun with it, right? Played it on the hard mode and that, had a lot of fun. But the roguelike mode was really spoiling that experience, okay? I was starting to hate the game, so I dropped it. I fucking despise roguelike modes, okay? Watch Dogs 2, this is another game where I got the online trophies for. Kind of annoying, but they weren't too bad. Oh, Worms Battleground, so I actually had every single trophy for this game. It's not too bad to get the to get all the trophies in this, right? But the main ones is you had to beat all of the Worm Ops missions in under 8 minutes. That wasn't too bad, okay? I used a video, I looked up a video to help with that, and I managed to do it pretty easily. So it's a pretty easy platinum as a whole. But it has online trophies, right? So win an online multiplayer match, win an allied worm in an online match, win a ranked multiplayer match. So you see, look at all these online trophies. You've got like a handful of online trophies, and you guessed it, once again, this game is fucking dead online, okay? And you needed, I believe, like 3 people. Do you know what? This game was so fucking dead, right? I actually managed to find one other person to boost with. And that was it. I couldn't find anyone else. That's how dead this game was online. That I only managed to find one person. But the thing is, you needed 3 people. Do you know what I ended up fucking doing to get these multiplayer trophies? I actually ended up getting my fucking PS4 and hooking it up right to my second monitor, and I actually used that as a alt. So I was playing on my main account, right, my Nightcrawler account. I was playing with the guy, right, the guy I met, and then I had my PS4 hooked up on a different account, using share play, not whatever the hell it's called, like the where you can share the PS Plus, right? And that's how I managed to get it. These are the struggles you have to fucking go through to get some of these fucking trophies, man. Roguelike, sure. Anomaly Agent has a very big nose. Yeah, he does. You're gonna enjoy Night Rain. Yeah. I'll probably never play that because that's a roguelike, right? Dude, a roguelike Souls game? That sounds AIDS, dude. Who the fuck thought that was a good idea? Who the fuck? Permadeath plus Souls game? Yeah, no thanks, okay? Alright, forgive me, Father. This is a great boomer shooter right here. This was not too bad. You had to play with both characters, so you do one playthrough with the guy, and then one playthrough with the chick. Wasn't really that hard. Did you have to play on the hardest difficulty? I think it might have actually. I'm pretty sure you did, right? I'm pretty certain you had to play this on the hard difficulty. I don't know, but yeah, I think you have to get all the secrets, play on the hardest difficulty, and also, oh, maybe not. I don't even know. Oh no, unlock all the secrets on rooftops level. Is it just certain levels? Well, I don't know, but the main one for this is you have to survive 20 waves in endless mode, which was quite annoying. It was quite time consuming, but I managed to do it on first try. Oh, there, look. Oh no, that's finish any level. Do you know how to do all the secrets? I remember. I'm pretty sure I remember you having to do all the secrets. Oh, well, whatever, anyway. It wasn't really that bad, that one. Oh, this was pretty annoying, this one, because, once again, multiplayer trophies, okay? And here, look, you see, and this is an indie game, alright? You think finding people to play with, with a popular game is hard enough. This is a fucking indie game, alright? This is an indie run and gun fucking game. And look at this. Win 50 online versus matches. I've got incredibly lucky with this, because you know what? This game is also divided into the PS4 version and the PS5 version. They are not paired, right? They are separate. So not only did I need to find someone to actually play with in this game, online is dead, right? There's no one playing this game. It's an indie game, right? Even on day one, this game wouldn't have had many people playing. But after a few years, there's no one playing this game, right? Like, fucking hell, 2 months after launch, there was probably no one playing this game, right? Especially the online. This is a single player game, right? So, yeah, good luck trying to find people to play it. There was absolutely no one online. There was not a single person playing this game online, okay? Not one, right? There was not a single person playing it. So I had to find someone in a forum to boost with, right? And I got incredibly lucky because even then, that was really hard. There was no one fucking doing it, right? You've got the sessions on PSN profiles, right? That's usually a good way of finding people. But, yeah, no one playing it online, no one looking to boost. I got insanely lucky, especially with, like, I saw someone on the PS4 boosting, but I'm playing the PS5 version, right? You have to buy the PS4 version. I'm not going to buy the game again. So I got insanely fucking lucky, right? And I was able to boost the 50 wins with, right? We just took turns killing each other, right? So I could have easily not been able to get this one, though. The rest of the platinum was fun, though. It's a really fun game, this. You have to get all the hats, all the weapons, and also beat it on the hardest difficulty, which, honestly, this game was quite tough when I first played it, but I found, like, a really good kind of setup for it, like, really good weapons, and, yeah, complete all levels on hard, so, yeah. But I found there's this character where when you dash, it leaves this fire trail, and it was super fucking good. I love Worms games, yeah, do you? Yeah, I played a fair amount of them. Be right back, man. Maybe in 10 minutes. Don't know if he'll still be. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I think we'll still be here in 10 minutes. Okay, Ender Lilies, another Metroidvania there. Fun game. Just get the 100% for that. Oh, do you know what? The only standout trophy for this is you had to get to the max level, which actually I don't think it was that bad. I think it only required a little bit of farming. It could have been way worse. Murder Mystery Machine. This is a fun little game right here. It's a detective game. And basically all you're doing this is you just need to get the A+ grade on every single level, right? So, you know, it's kind of like LA Noire, right? You solve crimes and shit, and you need to get the maximum rating, so, you know, you need to play it perfectly, not making any mistakes or whatever. Fun game right there, fun little platinum. Midnight Fight Express, great fucking game here, I loved this game. You had to beat this on the hardest difficulty, which was fun, you know, it's a fun difficulty. You had to get, yeah, look, you see, you had to get an S rating on all levels, which was pretty easy. Way easier than my friend Pedro. Way fucking easier. Way easier. The hardest difficulty it was kind of tough here and there, but weren't too bad. You had to do all the challenges, right? So it was quite lengthy, quite time consuming, dude. You know, you had to beat the hardest difficulty, get the S rank on every level. You had to do every challenge, right? Like every level had like 3 or 4 challenges or something. So you had to replay the game a lot, basically, right? Complete all levels on hard, complete all levels on realistic, spend 50 grand on clothes. So yeah, it was a fun platinum, dude. It was quite time consuming because you do have to replay the game quite a lot to do all the challenges on that. Oh, look at this. Oh, do you know what? This one, look at this, you see, 97% completion, 97%. Where is it, dude? Where is it? Look at that. Collect a Froggo egg. 1 trophy. 97%, 1 trophy. So Nightcrawler, what happened? Why would you, why the hell would you drop it after only needing 1 trophy? You know, you were so close. You were so close, Nightcrawler. Right? You were so fucking close. How come you didn't end up getting the platinum, dude? Well, this trophy here is permanently glitched. There is absolutely no way to get this trophy. It's impossible, right? It is absolutely impossible to get this trophy, okay? This isn't like, you know, your regular glitch trophy where you know, you can get it to fucking pop somehow. Like if you have to, you know, you just end up replaying the game or, you know, doing something weird to get it to pop, right? You can. It is impossible. It is absolutely impossible to get this trophy. The reason why is because of an update, right? So this trophy, it used to be obtainable. You can see 1.6 players have earned this, but an update came out for this game and it broke the trophy, right? The update broke it. It is literally impossible to get. The only way to get this trophy is to buy a physical version of the game and not update the game. I'm not gonna buy this game again physically, right? So, I couldn't get the platinum, right? However, the PS4 version, I was able to get it, you see? PS5 version, broken. PS4 version, platinum. So I was able to go and get the platinum for the PS4. It's perfectly fine on there, right? It's not broken. You get both versions together, right? You don't need to buy the PS4 version separately. I wouldn't have done that. So yeah, that's really annoying right there, but I was able to get the PS4 version, so not the end of the world. I'm drinking a bottle of Desperados beer for the authentic streaming experience. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Let me drink some pop. Oh, man. Okay. So, Leica. I don't like this game, okay? I do not like this fucking game. It was such a shame because I wanted to like this game. But, if anyone watched my fucking video on this, you'll know what I mean, okay? But, this is a Metroidvania, right? It's a motorbike Metroidvania, and I didn't like the game, right? And the platinum was it? Do you know what this was? This is exactly like the cookie cutter platinum. You remember earlier when I said that the only reason I platinumed it was because I was so far into it that it felt like it would have been all for nothing if I were to stop now. That's basically what this is, right? I was so far into the game, I was so deep into the platinum that I couldn't drop it because it would have been all for nothing, right? That's the only reason I have this platinum. But yeah, I didn't like the game, dude. The game was a fucking pain in the dick, bro. You know, I really wanted to fucking like it, but it was just fucking garbage. And it was a fucking pain because, you know, not only are you playing a game that you don't really want to play, but it had some tedious fucking quest design, and I was having to fuck about, you know, farming for fucking items to upgrade certain things, and yeah. Fuck this game, okay? Hello there, Jahim! Jahim! Hello! One day I'll have more trophies than you. You already have more trophies, you goddamn hacker! You flaming hacker, bro! This guy's a friggin' hacker, bro. He already has more than me, dude. Full Void, this was a really easy platinum, really basic. I think it was just beating the game and then doing a few little, a few kind of minor trophies. Nothing to write home about. This was a pretty uninteresting platinum. Mighty Goose. It's a fun little run and gun game right here. You know, pilot like this game. You know, Mighty Goose. So you know, you got some challenges. Complete a level in under 5 minutes. Complete a boss under 1 minute. Collect 10,000 coin. Get S rank on all levels. So that's something. Complete all new game plus levels. I believe that's all it is though. Yeah, it's just S rank in all the levels pretty much. Fun little game, you know. Fun little game. Not too bad to get. I'm not a hacker. Yeah, sure you're not. Sure you're not. Oh man, another fucking annoying platinum right here. Death Wish Enforcers. This is a great game, okay? This is like Sunset Riders. If you like Sunset Riders, this is a must play. But so for the most part, a really easy platinum, right? But you know what, platinum? You know what trophy made this annoying? Look at this, dude. Look at this. Beat any level without dying with 4 players playing the entire time. Beat any level without dying with 2 players. You see, there's 3 different ones, okay? These don't stack, by the way. These don't stack, so you need to do them separately. But the main one is this, okay? So beat any level without dying with 4 players playing the entire time. Once again, like God's Trigger, this game doesn't have online co-op. This is a couch co-op only game, right? So if I want to get this trophy, I need 3 other real life people to help me with it, okay? I need 4 PS5 controllers and I need 3 other real life people to get it. You're probably wondering, how the fuck did you get that? Was it the share play? Did you use the share play again? Nope, I didn't use the share play, right? Even if I wanted to use the share play, I couldn't because I didn't have anyone to play with. Also, you can only share play with 1 person. Okay, so how on earth did you do this, Nightcrawler? You don't have 3 other people to play with. You couldn't use share play. How the fuck did you do it? Do you know how I did it? Okay, what I did is I had 2 of my own controllers. Okay, so I had 2 controllers. I had 2 of my own controllers, right? I borrowed a controller from a neighbor, right? So I had my own 2 controllers. I borrowed a controller from a neighbor, and then for the 4th controller, I used the PS app remote play, right? So my own 2 controllers, borrowed a controller from a neighbor, and I used remote play on the PS app as a 4th controller, right? And then I went into the final level, and luckily, because of how the final level is designed, I was able to do it all on my own with these 4 different controllers, and that's how I was able to get it. Isn't that fucking retarded? That is the struggle. That is, you know, that's the struggles of being a trophy hunter, okay? That's the type of shit that you have to fucking do if you want to get some of these fucking trophies. How fucking stupid is that, right? And then I was able to get the platinum. Oh god, that is an infamous one right there. Sunset Riders is great. The 1-hit deaths was a fun challenge. Yeah, it's same in this game. You die in 1 hit. All skills sucks to suck. Fun fact: Crawley hacked his way to platinum. Man, don't you try and flip your bullshit on me, boy. Jaheim just exposed you. Crawler is a fraud, everyone. Yeah, look at this guy, man, trying to flip it on me, dude. Fuck you, Jaheim, okay? That bloody tornado needs to take you away. Alright, so Angry Video Game Nerd 1 and 2 Deluxe. Pretty fun platinum right here. You need to get all the collectibles and find all the upgrades and stuff. What was the main... Do you know what it is with platinums? Like, every platinum, right, it basically revolves around, like, 1 or 2 or 3 or just a small selection of trophies, right? That's what sort of way it revolves around. This one, look. Achieve a perfect score... achieve a perfect on all stages in all games. So... it's like 3 different games or something, right? You get one, you get the first game, the second game, and then there was like a sort of like a 3rd mini kind of game. And you need to beat every level perfect, right? I believe to get a perfect, you need to beat every level without dying. And Yeah, this game is it can be quite hard, right? Like, you can play the game on normal or whatever. Like, you don't need to play on like the insane difficulties, but you need to beat every level without dying. So that that was quite a little tough right there. Not too bad though. It was just kind of time consuming because it's like 3 games, right? It's like 2.5 games. You have to beat every game, every level without dying. You got to get all the collectibles and unlock all the playable characters and stuff. So, a pretty fun platinum. All right, Oddworld Abe's Exodus. This was a fun platinum. Did you have to actually get all the Medokans in this? I don't think you did. Nah, you didn't, right? So this was kind of disappointing because basically the main trophy was that you needed to get the secrets, the Mudokons, right? But if we look at the fucking trophy, like where the fuck is it? Find any secret. Well, I think all you had to do was you had to get the good ending. Oh, there it is. Save 150 Mudokons, right? But the thing is, that's not all the Mudokons. I believe there's 300 Mudokons in this game. So the game only requires you to rescue half of the Mudokons. So yeah, that's lame, right? That's fucking lame. It should force you to get all of the Mudokons, dude. And this was even worse, dude, this game. Look, you only need 50 Mudokons in this game, so yeah, really disappointing platinums right here. I love fucking Exodus, but the platinum was disappointing. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, pretty cool platinum right here. You had to beat this game on the hardest difficulty, and you had to get what was it, dude? I don't think you had to do the S ranks actually. No, I think you just had to beat it on the hardest difficulty. Purchase all items from the shop. Oh, there, look. Get your first S++ rank. Finish secret level. Yeah, I think that's what it was, right? You just had to collect all the shit, do all the secret levels, unlock all the endings, and was that it? Do you not even need to do the hard? I'm pretty sure you had to do the hard difficulty in somewhere. But yeah, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, great game right there. I did a bonus, right? Like this has nothing to do with the platinum, but I actually did beat this game on hard mode with the triple damage talisman, right? So you got like more enemies, right? And they do insane damage because of the triple damage talisman, right? Like basically 2 hits and you were dead, right? And it weren't required for the platinum. I did it just simply for fun, and yeah, fun little thing. Do you know what? I actually recorded it, dude. I actually did record all the bosses because some of you guys may remember that on my fucking other fucking channel I made, I actually did a video where I did all the bosses on hard and I talked over it. But I actually did record all of the boss completions of the hard mode with the triple damage talisman, right? But I never uploaded it, dude. I was gonna, but I just never did. Oh, Bloodstained. These are great games right here. These are basically like old school Castlevania, but actually good, okay? The first game didn't have a platinum, so I didn't go for it, but the second game does have a platinum, and it was pretty simple from memory. I think the only the only standout thing about it was that there was this secret boss or whatever, and it was sort of like it was like a secret boss in space, right? And before you go into space in this spaceship, you could do optional missions, right? The more missions you did, the easier it made the game. And I didn't know this, right? So I ended up doing like a couple, and I went into the spaceship and I went up to the mission, and I reached the final boss. It was like a Space Invaders mission. That was really hard because I didn't have all the upgrades for the ship, right? But I managed to fucking do it. but then the final boss was AIDS. It was fucking AIDS, the final boss, because I didn't do all of the optional missions to get more characters, right? So, yeah, I didn't know about it, right? But, you know, once I learned that, I redid it, I got all the characters, and it was easy, right? But yeah, these are good games right here. Fuck old school Castlevania, I don't know, right? Bo, Path of the Teal Lotus, fun fucking Metroidvania right here. This is actually a bit different, you know, I've been saying that, Metroidvanias is usually just beating the game 100%, right? But this was actually different, you see, because this, complete the game without dying. Complete the game without healing. And this is a Metroidvania, right? Metroidvanias are long. Metroidvanias are like 20-hour games. Permadeath, 20-hour-long Metroidvania, but I managed to do it, you know. I did it on the first try, right? I don't know. Yeah, I would say it was just kind of, you know, I played through the game, right? I played through the game again to do the no healing. I just gotten good at the game, right? There's no cheese tactic, right? You can't cheese the game. I mean, I guess you can back up your save data on a USB, but I didn't even do that, right? I just yeah, I was just good at the game, I guess. Didn't do any cheese tactics. Didn't even use a USB to back up the data. Which, hey, don't get me wrong, I have done that before with certain things, but I did it for this one. I didn't for Slain either. I have though for certain games. Can't remember though exactly which ones. Gunborg. This is a really sort of obscure indie game right here. It's a short run and gun. This is actually a good game, dude. You know, it's short, it's simple, but it's a fun little run and gun indie game right here, right? Like a Pilot, dude. This is the type of game that you'd expect Jaheim to play. Okay, it's really obscure. Like, this is not like indie type of obscure, okay? This is like a really obscure indie game, alright? you know, you've got like different types of indie games. You know, you've got like indie games that are, you know, obviously they're not as popular as AAA, but they are relatively popular. You know, they have like a following, but this is like a really obscure indie game. Well, maybe not Jaheim type obscure, but it's pretty obscure, right? But, yeah, the hardest thing about this was you had to, yes, get S rank on all levels, which is pretty tough, right? Because you know, I believe you have 3 hits, you have 3 hit points, you can't die, and you need to be quick. So it was quite tough actually, getting the S ranks on these levels. I can't remember if you had to beat it on hard. I'm pretty sure you did. I'm pretty sure you did have to beat the game on hard, or maybe I did an optional playthrough on hard. But yeah, fun little game right there. You know, quite a tough platinum, dude. Like some of the late game levels were fucking hell. It took me quite a few tries, dude. Orion Haste. This game's kind of like a Contra. It's basically a Contra like this game. Once again, a very unknown game, right? Pretty simple trophy list from memory. I don't think there was really much to it, dude. Yeah. I guess most of the difficulty just came from the fact that it was a Contra-like. I don't believe there was any real standout trophies. But yeah, that was a really cheap game. I think it cost me like fucking $1, that game. Jaheim type is a far reach or a bit rich. Are you trying to say a bit rich? Okay. Pheomonium, dude. So this was a Metroidvania. Honestly, not that good, this game, dude. Like, this was a pretty mid game. But I think what kept me playing was the great fucking music in this game. Like, this game, like, the actual gameplay wasn't anything to write home about. It was pretty meh, honestly, the gameplay, but god damn it, dude. The fucking atmosphere, the music, the tone of this game was great, dude. I think that's what kept me playing, honestly. Like, this is it's a game about depression, right? Like, the story is that, basically, the story is about this depressed teenager with like abusive parents or whatever. He gets like, like this depressed teenage boy, right? His father's like abusive. He gets bullied at school and stuff, right? So it's quite dark, and basically, you play as this clown girl that's a part of his nightmares, right? So it's quite a deep, dark game. And the tone, the atmosphere, the music was fucking great, dude. It's a shame that the gameplay didn't match the same type of quality, because fucking hell, that would have been a phenomenal game. The art style was kind of like Cuphead, right? But yeah, I did end up 100%ing it, which was not the most enjoyable, because, like I said, the gameplay is wasn't really that good, dude. I think it was a bit of like I was so far into it that I kind of, didn't want to make it all for nothing, kind of like that again, but, yeah. Definitely an interesting game, though, Like, you guys know that I'm not the kind. You guys know I'm not like the whole story guy, I'm all gameplay, right? I'm always preaching gameplay, but this was an interesting experience for me, dude. For sure. Contra, oh boy, those games are tough. This guy really talked about my taste. Yeah, you and your weird taste, okay? You and your bloody 10-cent games. Strange guy over here, strange guy. I'm back. Hello again, Isaac. Hello. Wow, that game is based on Crowley's life. As if, dude. I don't have an abusive father. My father wasn't even around to bloody abuse me, so hell no. Alright, material evidence. This was a really short game, okay? It was like a side-scrolling game where you die. This game was kind of like a side-scrolling Hotline Miami, right? A really simple, short game. The platinum was not hard at all. Like, yeah. It was a really simple platinum, really short game. It was basically just beat the game and then do some weird kind of hidden trophies. Nothing, nothing really to, you see, 40% of players earned it, you see, so really easy platinum. It was basically like a Flash game, okay? Like, if I was to put this game in simple terms, it's kind of like a Flash game. It's like a good Flash game, all right? It's simple, it's short, it's basically a Flash game, but I enjoyed it, right? I enjoyed it. Nuclear Blaze. This was a good game right here. Bit of a hidden gem, unexpected, honestly. It's a pretty easy game, like but it's a fun game, dude. It's a unique game. You play as like a firefighter, right? So there aren't enemies, but what you do is you go into the levels, and basically the loop is that you have to put out fires, right? Which it may sound fucking lame, but it's a fun little game, dude. It's a fun little game right here. You have to do all the collectibles and stuff. You had to find these cats. Right, so, but it's wasn't really the most interesting platinum. I think it was just secrets, right? I played the game casually, and then I did another playthrough, following a guide, getting all the collectibles, the cats, and the secret areas. But this is a fun little game right here. Definitely a bit of a hidden gem. Damn, I just saw 118 platinums. Yeah, Z-Flex! Hell yeah! Oh man, hell, a lot of hidden gems out there, yeah, absolutely. Crowley abused Pilot. What, today? I've not really been abusing Pilot today, Worse than death. Okay, so this is a side-scrolling horror game. I thought, a pretty good little game, actually. It's nothing too in-depth. It's a simple kind of, it's a running away horror game. Wait a minute, I thought you hated those types of games, Crowley. No combat, you have to run away? what the hell is that, dude? But you know, it's not like your traditional Outlast clone, right? It's a side scroller. It has kind of like an interesting kind of cartoony art style. It also has puzzles and, you know, old school type level exploration. So I enjoyed it for what it was. It's nothing mind blowing, but I did enjoy it. The main trophy was these ones. So you had to beat the game on Nightmare difficulty, and on Nightmare difficulty, it's permadeath, okay? So once again, permadeath. It's not too bad though. The game is not that long. It's only about, I think you can get through the game in about 2 or 3 hours, right? So it's not too long. And also, as long as you're careful and you don't be reckless, you won't die, right? You just need to be careful and make sure that you don't get killed by the weird ghost fish guy. Yeah, that's what it is, okay? There's this weird stalker ghost fish guy, alright? Survive the night on any difficulty without ever getting caught, you see. Complete the story on any difficulty without alerting a single monster. So it's a simple game, but you do have a permadeath difficulty, which is, you know, permadeath is always quite intimidating. Crawler lied to us, yeah, innit, dude? But yeah, it's alright, you know. It's alright. Do you know what? The ending was kind of fucking stupid, like the trophy. Like, I mean, I don't know if I might be wrong on this, but the impression that the game gave to me was some fucking LGBTQ shit, okay? Like, the entire story, like, you play as this red-haired lady with these glasses, right? And it's the story about this black guy and this fucking woman who's died or whatever. And, like, the way that the story is explained, it's misleading, because in the ending, it gives the impression that the woman you're playing as was in love with the black guy's wife, right? So the black guy is, you know, the black guy and the red-haired lady, they're like best friends or whatever, right? But then it turns out that the red-haired lady was in love with the black guy's wife, you know. It was just fucking retarded, because the game never hinted at that, right? It doesn't even make sense, right? So it doesn't even like feel like actual good storytelling. It just feels like some woke shit, dude. But whatever, anyway. Permadeath trophies are a pain, yeah. Hey, as long as they don't like Mind Leben in Wolfenstein 2, they're not too bad. Alright, so this one, Jack Holmes' Master of Puppets. This was an interesting horror game right here. This was a first-person horror game. It was, honestly, no, not bad. It was weird, though, because, like, the first kind of half of this game was actually, like, some legitimately creepy kind of horror shit, right? It was kind of like, it played kind of like RE7, right? But, you know, it wasn't like RE7, okay? It was first person, okay? That's the only similarity. You know, you had puzzles, you had level exploration, you had combat encounters. It was first person, right? Like I said, I'm not against first person. But the first half of the game was actually quite, you know, creepy, quite spooky, right? But then, dude, once you get to the halfway point and you've reached the fucking carnival, dude, it takes a complete different turn, right? It becomes like a genuinely scary game, and then it becomes, it's just bizarre, dude. Seriously, it becomes like a fucking action game, right? You're going into a carnival, you're fucking riding on roller coasters, you're going into like a dream sequence where you're blasting enemies with like a techno rocket launch. It's fucking bizarre, seriously. But I enjoyed it for what it was, right? You know, it was an interesting game. It was definitely quite low quality, dude. You could tell it wasn't didn't have much of a budget to it, but you know, I bought it for like $3, so for what it was, I enjoyed the game. It was an interesting game. The trophies were pretty simple. It was just doing like some optional shit which you could just do easily by looking up a tutorial, right? Oh, LA Noir. I want to get the platinum for that, dude. Do you know what it is though with this? Is that there's some fucking annoying shit, dude. I did get most of the 5 stars in this game. I think there's one level where I didn't get the 5-star rank, right? You see? I don't have it, but I do almost have it, but it's quite annoying because there's like fucking, you know, drive more than 200 miles. You gotta do all the stupid fucking side quests and stuff, you know? But I think I will platinum it at one point. Blast Brigade versus the Evil Legion of Dr. Creed. A great Metroidvania right here, a hidden gem, so to speak. I played this after Silksong, and I'm not saying it's a better game than Silksong, but honestly, just like a pure fun factor, I enjoy this game way more. Right? I enjoy this game way more than Silksong. Like I said, but Silksong, for the most part, just pissed me the fuck off, right? So I really enjoyed this game. You know, had a great art style, you know, a lot of charm and stuff, had voice acting, had good level design, and didn't have any of the annoying bullshit, right? Ended up with the platinum. It was pretty basic, you know, just your typical 100%. And, yeah, underrated Metroidvania right here. Ender Magnolia, just like Ender Lilies, you know, it's kind of the same thing. Fun Metroidvania. Did have a little bit of farming, right? But for the most part, it's just 100%. Time Splitters, I want to get the platinums for those games as well. I got the platinum for Zombie, one of your most hated games. Well, I guess it wasn't. I guess it's not one of my most hated games, but I did put it on one of my worst games of the year list, didn't I? Yeah, I did not like that game. So it took quite a while from trophy hunting here, you see. Once I've reached 100. Once I reached 100 platinums, I kind of slowed down a lot on the platinums, you know? I slowed down a lot on the platinums once I reached 100. Cuphead, this was a really fun platinum, great game right here. I got this earlier this year. Yeah, obviously, you know, anyone that's played this knows that just as a whole, this is a hard game, right? Just on normal, this is a hard game, but in order to get the platinum, you need to beat it on expert, which some of the bosses especially are fucking hard, right? Like that robot on expert, that is tough, right? That is fucking tough right there. The final boss on expert, tough. But yeah. Obtain an A rank on, you know, so you need to beat the game on expert, which is fucking pretty damn hard. The game is already fucking hard, but you also need to get the A rank on every level. You know, I did all that, right? Get an S rank, which luckily you don't have to get the S rank on every single mission, but you know, getting the A ranks and doing the expert, right? Pretty fucking tough platinum, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It could be a lot fucking worse. Neon Inferno, right? You guys saw that I streamed this the other week. I really want to platinum this game, right? I really did, but I didn't because of where the fuck is it? Where the hell are you, dude? Where the hell are you? I did beat the game on hard mode, you see? Complete Neon Fit on hard mode. I did that. But, this. Complete Neon Inferno arcade mode, earning the fabled 1 credit clear. So, permadeath. No thanks, okay? It is fucking bullshit, right? It's just, you know, I did, basically, it's hard mode, which is already quite difficult, honestly. Pretty damn hard, hard mode. But it's hard mode with permadeath, right? And it's fucking ridiculous because the thing is, there's no health pickups, right? So you get given, I think, 3 hit points, right? You can get hit at any time, and there's no health pickups. The only time that you can recover health is in between levels. So basically, you have to beat every level without dying, and you get 3 hit points. So you can make you gotta beat every level without dying, and you can make 3 mistakes in each of those levels. You saw how chaotic that game is, and that was on normal, right? That was on normal difficulty. On hard difficulty, it's way harder. The projectiles move a lot quicker, there's more enemies, I believe, and also you get less health. And I think the enemies take more, the bosses take more damage as well. So, yeah, I just don't, I just don't have that, dude. I don't have what it takes, right? I'm just, I don't have it in me to do that, okay? Like, that's obviously going to require a lot of patience, a lot of quick reflexes. Like, it just the nature of the game. It'd just be so easy to make mistakes, right? It can be quite random and shit. Like, it's just, yeah, that's just, I'm not saying it's impossible, but that just doesn't appeal to me, okay? I like permadeath, but I like it in like horror games and stuff. Like, permadeath in a game like that, it's just really not my thing, dude. 0.4%, that's what I mean. That's hard right there. Cuphead was one of my hardest ever platinums, yeah, was it? Silk Song is simply not fun to me, It's just a shame, dude, because that could have been a great fucking game right there, but the developers are so up their own arses that they just spoil it with fucking bullshit, like I've explained. It's a shame, dude. It does a lot of good things right, man. It's got a great art style, it's got nice music, it's got tons of content, but then they just spoil it with its fucking bullshit, man, but whatever. Okay, so we're getting near the end here, okay? We don't have much left now, people, which is good because I do have to leave soon. Alright, so Batman, Arkham Asylum. This was quite a tough one, dude. Like, not only was it time consuming, okay, everybody knows about the Riddler challenges, alright? So, you need to get all the Riddler challenges. There's like, what, 300 of them or something? So you've got to get all the Riddler challenges, which is incredibly time consuming, alright? There's so many of them, but that's not the worst thing, alright? The Riddler challenges are not a problem. Beating the game on hard is not a problem. The game is not that hard at all. It's really easy, to be honest. Riddler challenges, it's just time consuming. Do you know what's the hardest thing about the platinum for this game? It is getting all of the medals in the combat challenges, okay? Oh my god, it's horrible, right? Because you need to keep up your combo, right? You need to get the variation bonuses, you need to get the combo going, right? And the thing with that is that Arkham Asylum is quite jank, right? It is quite a jank game. Like, it was the first game of the series, they hadn't quite, refined it yet, and in the challenge mode, you basically need to play perfectly, right? It's very unforgiving, dude. You can't make any mistakes. You need to play perfectly, get perfect counters, get your combo going, get that variety bonus, right? And because of the jank, because of the cameras a bit fucking shitty sometimes, it was fucking AIDS, especially certain missions. Like, my god, dude, that was such a pain. And the thing is, it's a completely different story in City, dude. I mean, we'll get to that, but yeah, the combat challenges were so fucking annoying, dude. At least some of them were, right? I'm terrible with the combos. I can barely get 50. Yeah. The first game though, like I said, it's kind of jank, that game, dude. It's not as smooth as the other games. Alright, BioShock Remastered. Fucking great game right here. You know, I always liked this game, but I found, like, you know, there was like a fucking hidden appreciation that I hadn't found for this game. Like, yeah, I played this game back in the day when it came out on 360, and I always thought it was a good game, right? I didn't think it was anything special, but I always thought it was a good game, and you know, I enjoyed it. But do you know what though? Return to this game recently. So, if you look, I earned this in February this year. Okay, so I played it years ago, back in the day. Thought it was decent, right? Didn't think it was anything to write home about. But return to this earlier this year, dude. This is a great game. I don't know why I didn't really, you know, I didn't find my true appreciation for this game. This is a fucking great game. This is easily one of the best games of the 360. Like, what a great game this is. Fucking love this game. Alright. BioShock, you know, I love BioShock 1. And a fun platinum too. The fucking collectibles are quite annoying. There's a lot of collectibles, right? So, you know, you gotta put up the video and follow it and get all the fucking collectibles, right? And also, you have to play it on the hardest difficulty, which was fun, dude. This is a fun game to play on the hardest difficulty. It's quite challenging, actually. Especially at the beginning. Like, once you get stronger and you get the good weapons and shit, it's a lot easier, right? But at the beginning, when you don't really have all, it's pretty damn hard, dude. But yeah, I mean, I just enjoyed this game, dude. See, complete the game on Survivor. Oh yeah, complete the game on Survivor without using a Vita chamber. So, yeah. Like, basically, if you die, you can just come back to life, right? But you can't do that for this trophy, right? But yeah, just a great game right there. Really enjoyed that. Okay, so as you can see, not too long after Arkham Asylum, I also played Arkham City. Arkham City is a fucking great game. Do you know what? Once again, Arkham City is a game that, you know, I played it when it first came out, and I liked it, but once again, I didn't think it was particularly anything great, but once again, you know, again, going back to this game, this is, like, one of the best fucking beat-em-ups ever, dude. Like, this is like a 9 out of 10 game. This is a fucking, such a great game right here. I don't know what the hell was, no, I don't know what the hell was wrong with my younger self, but I didn't appreciate this game as much as I should have, okay? This is a fucking great game. Easily one of the best games from the 360. And, interesting platinum. Once again, the Riddler challenges. There's an insane amount in this game. Okay, this is a very time-consuming platinum. I think this was like 70 hours. This platinum, alright? Very, very, very time-consuming. Okay, there's like 400 Riddler challenges. You have to do all the side missions, not just once, but twice. Alright, you have to do the side missions on New Game, and you have to do the side missions again on New Game Plus. Very unnecessary, by the way. That was really annoying. You know, there's like 400 fucking Riddler challenges. You've also got to play the game on hard. And you have to get all you got to get all the upgrades, and once again, you've got to get all the medals on the challenger maps. But unlike Arkham Asylum, here they are way more fun because the combat is way more refined in this game, right? So they are way more fun. You've also got the Predator challenges. Some of the Gauntlet challenges were quite fucking annoying, but you know, as a whole, this was a really fun platinum. Time consuming though, definitely a bit time consuming. But yeah, complete every challenge in Arkham City. Main story, side missions, upgrades, collectibles, New Game Plus, and Riddler's Revenge, which is the challenges. So yeah, that is a pretty you know, not really that tough, but you know, it requires a lot, right? It's only got 1.5 players, so you know, I'm pretty pretty proud of that platinum. You know, the platinums aren't always about being hard, but just about how, you know, how much it takes to actually earn them. You know what I mean? And then right after Arkham City, I got the Arkham Knight Platinum. Once again, a shitload of Riddler challenges, okay? very time consuming once again. I think this was like a 50-hour platinum. So, you know, like you combine Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight. I probably spent about 150 hours getting these platinums. Okay, Arkham Knight, you know. Definitely controversial. Okay, I've definitely got my complaints with this game, and I had never given this game a chance until now because I was always put off by the Batmobile shit. But you know, I looked into it. You know, I went into it with an open mind, knowing the issues, and you know, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, right, for what it was. I got the platinum, right. Did all the side missions, got all the Riddler challenges, very time consuming once again. All the AR challenges, right? Like some of the tank challenges were fucking tough, right? There were a couple, especially because I was playing on hard, right? Like I went straight into the game on hard because these games are way too easy on normal, right? I'll donate when you reach 200 platinums. Riddler challenges in City are insane. Took me ages. Yeah, there's so many, right? The Riddler racing missions are annoying as shit. Yeah, some of them are quite annoying, right? Fucking hell. Okay, so you can probably tell, but I was really in an Arkham mood. You know, I did Asylum, did City, then right after that did Arkham Knight, and then I was in the Arkham mood, right? So I played Marvel Spider-Man. Pretty simple platinum. It's just getting the 100% right. It's doing all the side quests, getting all the upgrades, doing all the collectibles, right? You don't have to do the difficulty shit. It's a pretty casual platinum, just quite time consuming. Not too time consuming, but I'd say easily the most annoying part was grinding the crimes, right? The randomly generated crimes. They were really tedious, right? Very, very annoying. I got super good at swinging in this game, by the way. Like, I'm talking like a speedrun type strats with the swinging. I found like how to get tons of momentum and just fly across the city. But yeah, it's a good game right here. This is one of the very, very, very few good PS exclusives from the modern era. You know, it's not that good, right? It's like a 7.5, but it's a good game. You know, it's got some issues, it's nothing special, but this is definitely an enjoyable video game. Infamous Second Son, you know, once again, it's just an open world game, right? You gotta do all the optional content, all the collectibles, all the activities. You gotta beat it on expert mode, which ain't that bad. And you have to do 2 playthroughs, right? Because you need to get the good at. You need to do all the good choices and all the bad choices. So that's what it was, right? So 100% the game, do all the free roam activities, do a good playthrough, do a bad playthrough, and do a expert difficulty playthrough. I did expert on my bad playthrough, right? It's a pretty good game, you know. It's kind of overrated, this game. Like I won't consider this a fucking classic. It's a decent game. I'm a terrible driver. Yes, that was so hard. Oh, do you know what was annoying about that was like how it would like spin, like it would flip sometimes. God, I remember I like one of the racing missions. I was so pissed off at it, dude. Because it kept on fucking me over, right? It would like keep on spinning, dude. Oh God. The Mary Jane sections, yeah. No, dude. Good lord. Speaking of hard, did you kill the final boss from Black Dong Wukong? Yeah, I did. Oh yeah. I uploaded a video, but it was unlisted. I did upload the video of me beating it, Isaac, but it was just unlisted, just to show people on Discord. If you want, I'll make it public so you can watch it. But yeah. For that boss right there, I found this cheese strategy for the first phase, right? Because that first phase is fucking gay. It spoiled the boss. And then for the second phase, the actual boss, right, which it should have just been, I did my own thing, and it weren't too bad, actually. I found a good strategy by using the cloud step and that, and the tornado, right? Okay, so we're getting really close to the end now, okay? Shadow Tactics. I talked about this game yesterday. Fucking great game here. I love this game. Absolutely fantastic stealth game right here, and a really fun platinum, okay? You gotta beat it on the hardest difficulty as well as doing all the badges, right? Really fun platinum right here. Really fun platinum for a really fun game. So yeah, it's basically just doing the badges, you see? Collect all badges. Do you want to hear something, you want to hear a fun, you want to hear something, kind of, weird about this, though? Is that, if you look at the dates, you'll see, you see this? Look at the dates, dude. So basically, the platinum is the platinum is that you're basically like working towards this trophy, right? But if you look at the dates, they don't line up, do they? Like wait a minute, platinum. You see, I unlocked the platinum on the 18th, but I earned the main trophy on the 7th. Well, that doesn't make sense, Crawler. If that's sort of the main trophy, then how come you didn't get that trophy and the platinum on the same at the same moment, dude? Well, this is you know this is the weird part. This trophy actually glitched out and popped, even though I didn't earn it, right? Like on my first playthrough. Well, I was casually playing, right? I weren't doing the challenges, okay? Like, the thing is, you can't even do the challenges on the first playthrough. You have to unlock them first, right? So, I was playing the game casually. I weren't doing the challenges. I weren't working on the platinum yet. But, the trophy popped. For no reason, right? It gave me the most time-consuming difficult trophy in the game for free. I didn't even need to do it. I wasn't even close to earning it. But you know what? Because I love the game that much and I wanted to earn it, right? I did the challenges anyway. Even though it basically glitched out and it gave me a free pass. I still did it because that's how much I love this game. So I did all the challenges. I did all the hardcore challenges, right? Like I could have saved about 30 hours, right? And that's what anybody else would have done. Like your typical trophy hunter who just wants to breeze through the game and get it as quick as possible. You know, they just want their platinum, right? They would have took that, saved that 30 hours, got the platinum, and moved on to the next game that they fucking don't want to play. But because I love this game so much, and because the process of getting the platinum for me is about fun, I did it anyway, right? It's not about getting the platinum, it's about the adventure, right? It's not about the goal, it's about the adventure of getting to that goal, right? So I did it anyway. And then again, look at this phase. He says, just like Batman, I went through a phase right here, the real-time tactics phase. So I got the platinum for Shadow Tactics. That was like a 50-hour platinum right there. And then right after that, Desperados 3. Oh, my beloved Desperados 3. I love this game so much. This is one of my favorite games of all time right here. And look, I played it in May, dude. Who would think that one of my favorite games of all time would be a game that I played this year? This is a fucking classic, okay? This is damn near a masterpiece, this game. I adore this game, okay? This would most likely be in my top 10 best games of all time. I could not express how much I love this game, okay? But yeah, I got the platinum for this. Once again, it's about getting all the badges, and there's so much content in this game, right? Like, Shadow Tactics was time-consuming, but this was so time-consuming. Like, I believe it took me almost 100 hours to get this platinum. And you know what? I enjoyed every second of it, okay? Not at one point did it feel like a chore, or feel tedious, or feel like I was getting burnt out. I enjoyed every second of those 100 hours of getting this platinum. Alright? Yeah, like, once again, you need to get all the challenges, and, like, there's more levels in this game, and there's also a bunch of challenge levels. So there's so much content in this game, and You know, the hard difficulty is way harder in this game, right? So extremely time consuming, tons and tons of content, 0.5% of players earned, you know? But yeah, absolutely great. And then after that, I was still, you know, I wanted more, dude. I was addicted. Okay, I was fucking addicted to tactics games, dude. Right? So even after 50 hours of Shadow Tactics, 100 hours of Desperados 3, I was still, you know, looking for more. I wanted more. Okay, give me more. So I got this Shadow Tactics Ico's Choice. This is like a standalone expansion, nowhere near as long, right? It's basically like 4 missions. Okay, so it's just like a standalone expansion. It only took about 15 hours to get this platinum, but yeah, once again, great, right? You're just getting the badges, right? It's all about getting the badges. Shocking, dude. What is about what the Desperados 3? It's a real-time tactics game or a stealth game, right? You don't need to be a fan of real-time tactics to enjoy this game. Like I don't even play real-time tactics games. I love it because it's a great stealth game, right? Like I said yesterday, but if you like stealth games, these are must play, right? These are some of the best stealth games ever made, right? Especially Desperados 3. Desperados 3 is quite possibly the best stealth game ever made, right? That is just, oh god, it's so good. I have such a hard-on for Desperados 3, as Darkness would say, Pilot, okay? You know what, I'm not even ashamed of it, dude, you know? I don't even care, I'm a major fucking Desperados 3 fanboy, I fucking love that game. Do you know what though, the difference between me glazing a game and like your typical, you know, Norma is that, do I glaze every game I play? No. Like, you know, very rarely will I glaze a game as much as this. There's not many games I would fucking praise as much as this. That's the difference between me and your typical fanboy. Right. Ground Zero. Ugh. Okay, so Crow Country. Once again, we did this on stream. Oh, actually, no, we didn't, did we? We didn't. No. This was a pretty simple platinum. It was basically just playing the game on hard, which it's really easy. This game. This is not a hard game at all. Getting that S rank. There, look. See, achieve an S rank and unlock the Crow Wings. No, we didn't do this on stream. No, I didn't. I did this off stream. So yeah. So basically, it's getting the S rank, getting all of the collectibles, and that's about it, right? S rank, it's not even hard, dude. Okay, S rank is not even hard. Like, to get the S rank, you need to beat the game in like under 2 hours. And only heal like once or something, right? That sounds intimidating, doesn't it? But it's not, trust me. You can save as much as you want, plus the game in general just isn't hard. Other than that, you need to do all of the secrets, right? You guys may remember that I was doing the secrets on stream. Some of them are very cryptic. I did have to look a couple of them up, sadly. But for the most part, I did all the secrets. But some of them were insanely cryptic. But yeah, pretty basic game, pretty basic platinum. Desperados 3 is that good. Otherwise, I'll have to look into it. It is that good, trust me. I'd give that game like a 9.5. That is like damn near a masterpiece, that game. Seriously. It's that good. Everything about it is good. The graphics are great, the music is great, the gameplay is phenomenal, okay? Great mechanics, dude. Even the stories, you know, even the story is good, like likable characters and stuff, you know? Good voice acting and that, right? I like the dialogue that plays during the missions and stuff, like the quotes and that. Likeable characters. If you remember that post that I did that time showing off, female characters that I like, some of them from that game, and also Shared Tactics were actually included. You've got Yuki-chan, right, from Shared Tactics. Yuki-chan, right? You got Aiko-san, and then you got Kate and Isabella. Okay, we're not quite there. All right, so all right, here we go. Steam World Heist. So this right here is something different. This is a turn-based game. I don't play many turn-based games. Honestly, I don't like turn-based games. The only turn-based games that I like is Worms, Pokemon on Game Boy, and this right here, SteamWorld Heist. Okay, so before I have played SteamWorld Heist before. I played this years ago, and then I played SteamWorld Heist 2, right, for the first time. Great fucking game right here, by the way. Really, really great game. Way better than the first game, to be honest. If you like turn-based strategy games, must play right here. Great fucking game, and a great bang for your buck as well. This is like a 40-hour game. But after I played SteamWorld Heist 2, I went back and played SteamWorld Heist 1 and went for the platinum. So initially, like when I first played it years ago, I was gonna platinum it, but I got turned off by a couple of the trophies, mainly this one right here. Complete the game with all gold SteamWorld ranking on Elite. This is a pain, alright? This is a real pain to get because, man, God, my throat is all fucked. The reason why it's a pain is because you have to play it on the hardest difficulty and you have to get gold star in all of the rankings, right? And Elite is hard because you die really quickly, and the problem with it is that because of it's the gold stars, right? On the gold star ranking, you can't die, right? You can't lose a single character, all right? You need to collect all of the swag, as they call it. You need to beat every level without a single character dying, and you need to do it in under a certain amount of turns. The only reason I was able to do this is because there's a major exploit in this game, where basically, if you quit out and join back in, like if you quit back to the main menu and then continue, you can retake your turn. That is the only reason I was able to do this, right? Like, if it wasn't for that exploit, this would be fucking inhuman, right? Do you know how fucking retarded this game is on this hard difficulty? You have to play perfectly, right? You have like you can like aim, right? You can't afford to miss. You have to basically make every turn count. You can't afford to make a single mistake. You have to basically keep on retaking the turn until you get that perfect turn, right? You have like a critical hit chance, right? There's a lot of randomness in terms of like dealing damage. You have to keep on redoing it until you get a perfect turn. It's fucking retarded, right? Like even using the exploit, it is fucking stupid. That's how fucking stupid it is, alright? So, yeah, I managed to get this. Really fucking retarded, but, dude, you figured that was retarded. Guess what else you had to do? Farm. And, it was fucking AIDS, seriously. Because, there were certain fucking trophies, right? Where the fuck are they? There's the hats, right? So, you had to farm hats, and you could get a lot of the hats guaranteed, so you had to, collect hats, which was already tedious, but that you had to farm random hats, which were not guaranteed to spawn. So you had to play the levels over and over again, and the drop rates are fucking so slim, right? It's just, oh. But not only that, kid, you know, not only do you have to farm for the hats, but then you've also got these trophies here. Hat combos. These trophies were fucking AIDS, dude. So, as if it wasn't bad enough as it is, alright, just having to farm hats. It didn't matter which hats they were. You didn't need any specific hats. That was bad enough, right? After I did that, I thought, okay, thank God I'm done with the farming. Boy, was I mistaken. Because then there was this. You had to farm specific hats, and it took fucking hours, dude. It was AIDS, okay? It was almost as bad as honestly, it might have been as bad as Dark Souls 3. It was such fucking cancer. Seriously, I started to hate the game, dude. It really spoiled my enjoyment of the game. The fucking elite difficulty shit was already annoying, but this was AIDS, dude. And the only reason I did it was because I was so invested in it that I couldn't just drop it now, right? It would all be for nothing. But yeah, this was terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible. I was so disgusted with the farming, seriously. Crow's the type of guy who has Pikachu plushies on his bed, man, as if. I had a Pikachu plushie when I was a kid. Okay. Alright, so after that, we got Sumerian 6. Guess what? You know what type of game this is, guys? Let me give you a hint, okay? Shadow Tactics, Desperados 3, Shadow Tactics, Ico's Choice. Yeah, it's a real-time tactics game, okay? Great game right here. It's definitely not as good as Desperados 3 or Shadow's Tactics, but, you know, as a first game from a new developer, this was a really, really good game. You know, it had some issues, it had a bit of fucking jank, right, which was frustrating, but for what it was, this was a great game. And once again, it was the same shit as those games, right? It's basically just doing all the challenges, right? Beating it on the hardest difficulty, doing all the challenges, right? You know, fun game, fun platinum. Once again, this was like a 40 to 50 hour platinum, right? Okay, so now we don't have many left now. We've got the final two. Okay, so the Hong Kong Massacre. Very frustrating right here because of one thing. So this game here, it's like Hotline Miami, right? You die in one hit, so it's already quite hard because of that, right? Those are hard games because of that. But what made this so fucking annoying was because of one challenge. So basically, for this platinum, you needed to beat every level getting all the challenges, you see? All challenges completed on normal difficulty. There is like 50 levels in this game, and each level has 3 challenges. The 3 challenges are the same for every level. What it is it's a speedrun challenge, right? Beat the level in a certain amount of time. That is fine. Fun. There's also beat every level without using slow-mo. Some levels were kind of annoying here and there, but overall, enjoyable, right? But the third challenge is where I really, you know, got annoyed, okay? And that is the perfect aim challenges. So what that entails is that you need to beat every level with 100% accuracy, okay? You couldn't miss a single shot. It was AIDS, okay? It was fucking AIDS. I hated it. It was not fun at all, right? It was seriously fucked. You could use slow-mo, which obviously allowed you to line up your shot, but just with how this game is, right? Like, this game is filled with windows, okay? The levels are filled with windows, right? Shooting the window out does not... It'll void your accuracy, alright? if your bullet doesn't hit an enemy, it counts as a miss, right? So you can't shoot out windows. So basically, you need to let the enemies shoot the windows out. In the meantime, you can't shoot back, right? This is a game where you die instantly, right? You can't afford to be standing there. This game, it's all about clearing rooms, right? That's how you play this game. That's how you play these games. It's all about clearing rooms as quickly as possible, right? So you have to let the enemies shoot the windows out, and they need to shoot it out in parts, right? So you can imagine how annoying it is. There's also breakable walls, right? And also just in general, it's easy to miss, right? There's no aim assist in this game, right? There's no aim assist. It is incredibly easy to miss. Your projectiles are incredibly small. There's no leeway with the hitbox of your bullets, right? If your bullet doesn't hit, it doesn't hit, right? There's no leeway to the hitboxes, right? So in general, it's just very easy to miss, right? You die in one hit. You're trying to stay alive over here. You can't shoot windows. You need to let them shoot. It is fucking AIDS, seriously. Especially the long levels. The short levels were manageable, right? They weren't too bad. You know, the levels that are like a minute long aren't too bad. But the long levels, which go on for like 3 or 4 minutes, are cancer, okay? It was absolute cancer. It's a fucking, it's a really fun game. But those challenges were fucking AIDS, dude. Seriously, though. That was definitely the worst thing about it, right? You also had some permadeath type shit. Not really, though. All you had to do was... so it was divided into 5 chapters, right? Each chapter had like 10 levels. So you had to beat the first 2 chapters without dying a single time. That wasn't too bad, because at that point, I was very experienced with the game, right? Had a lot of practice. Also just utilizes slow-mo, right? It wasn't too bad, that. But those perfect aim challenges, oh my god, I was complaining about it in the Discord server. It was fucking cancer, dude, seriously. And then lastly, my most recent platinum, okay, platinum number 118, was Signalis. Really basic, right? Look how many trophies there are. Definitely not ending on a banger here. Yeah, all I had to do, really, was just beat it on hard, right? Exit the survival horror. All you need to do for this is just beat the game on hard. You didn't have to get any of the endings, you didn't have to do any challenge runs, no healing, no item box. You didn't need to get like the maximum rank or anything. Really lame trophy list for this game. You just had to beat the game on hard. That's it. And yeah, that's it, dude. There is my trophy showcase right there. All 118 platinums, as well as some other games that I wanted to platinum, but I didn't for one reason or another. So, yeah, there you have it. There we have it. It's a type of game I'd only get for 5 trophies, yeah. Oh, man. I rather farm trophies or permadeath ones, yeah. Dude, I think multiplayer trophies and farming trophies, I believe, are probably the worst ones. Like I said, I could probably do a podcast talking about the struggles of online co-op, right? I mean, online trophies are a big part of it, but I also have a bunch of other experiences with online play that are, worth ranting about. So maybe one day I'll do another podcast talking about my struggles with online co-op multiplayer type shit, right? not just the trophies, but also just with certain games, right? Maybe, we'll see. Thank you for the journey. Yeah, you're welcome, dude. You're welcome, brother. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here, by the way. You know, this has gone on long enough as it is. I do need to go now, so sorry for the abrupt ending, but, you know, thank you for anyone that's been here. Retro, special thanks to you, because you've been here the entire time, so, you know, really appreciate that, brother. Thank you also to, you know, Isaac for dropping in, brother. Hope that you enjoyed. And also, Pilot. Why are you on YouTube, by the way? Is Kick fucking up again? But yeah, I know that was something a bit different then, not gonna be everyone's cup of tea, but yeah, I do hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Thank you to anyone that was, you know, came and hung out, you know. Thank you to everyone watching later on YouTube, and well, you know, thank you to everyone watching here live. I hope you enjoyed my you know, my showcase right there, some of those struggles and bullshit that I had to go through with some of those platinums. Like I said, I've been wanting to do this for a long time, so in a bit, we're hit. Have a good day, dude. Kick chat is not worth again. What a piece of shit. Anyway, whatever. I hope you all enjoyed. See you all for the next stream, whatever it may be, and I will yeah, we'll see what it'll be then. I'm not sure yet, but have a great day, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you all then. Peace out. Sayonara.